Like, we've been live for, like,
Oh, hey everybody.
a while.
We have been live, but like us. Like us. Look at all these beautiful faces. We're back, everybody. Hi, how
back.
we doing? Welcome to TPK Roleplay's Queen's Gambit, a Tyranny of Dragons campaign. The tagline is unofficially officially at this point. If you think you know the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, I promise you've never seen it done like this before. So, it's
I thought
been
the
a minute.
tagline was, we're the Clouder.
That is my tagline, not the campaign tagline. And you beat me to it. You're stealing my thunder, Niffer. Come on. All right, my name's Dat Magic Juice. I am a DM and player with TPK Roleplay as well as other places, but today I'm here, and since it's been a minute since our last episode, we're going to go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves quickly, their character quickly, and then we'll dive right into a recap, which should be fairly short, and we'll just get right into it because we got a lot of ground to cover today. So, Heck, who are you?
Hey guys, it's me, Sir Heckalite, you know, and I will be playing Aster, the shifter druid Circle of Wildfire today. We're just gonna keep moving it on.
Sorry, hi, it's me. I just got distracted by the fact that Chrissy's wearing an Incredible Hulk shirt. Anyways, hi, I'm Niffer. I'm feral and medicated ADHD, and I am playing Eliseo, the time wizard, Asimar. They're cool, and yeah.
Hyacinth.
Hi, it's me. I'm Hyacinth, and I am playing Icarus, the Bardlock, twin to... I am Hexblade, and not a different bard yet, but maybe eventually.
And then it's me, Corndog McGraw, twin number one tonight, Juno, the Twilight Domain cleric, who will not be multi-classing.
We don't know that yet. We got a long way to go.
I know that intrinsically.
Alright, and my name's Chrissy. I will be playing Olta, our Kobold Swarm Keeper Ranger. And she's just glad to be here.
I thought you said sworn, and then I was like, oh, sworn something. News to me. Sworn enemy of the bad guy. I don't know. Anywho.
Blue
I
Mad.
hope so.
Big Blue Mad, yeah.
Blue Mad, sworn enemy of Blue Mad.
Okay, so in our last episode, we had a lot of travel. We were a lot of on the road from Greenest to the holy city of Elturel. On the... Do I want to call it a tip? I want to call it... It's better than a tip. Whatever we want to call it. From Leosin, the half-elf monk, that we needed to meet him. Sorry?
Like a request. I feel like it was like a request. He was like,
more
please
like
meet me
a
there.
request. Yeah. Okay, that's better. To meet him in the holy city of Elturel, he had basically told you he had to relay information that he had found from the piece of the gang of the dragon cult that you had experienced. He needed to get info back to Elturel, some contacts of his. It was kind of vague and unspecific. But he definitely wanted you to eventually meet him there. He left you a little bit of information via Governor Nighthill and Sergeant Markuth back in Greenest, and the info he had seemed to jive up with the info you had, and then obviously you had more, having experienced the inner workings and creatures of the Dragon Hatchery Cave. So, after almost a week, I believe it was at least 6 days of travel, a little bit of introduction into our unique crafting, getting started with a few unique projects for you guys across characters and some training, and learning a little bit more about you guys individually and within the group. We have arrived at the city of Elturel, and almost right away you end up going into this what's called lower district, like physically lower, with a myriad of shops, taverns, and some homes scattered in between, and you find Leosin basically waving you down at the corner of this market, and you go inside to meet 3 folks that you had not heard of before, but introduced themselves as not the leaders, but leaders within the various factions that you are a part of. So let's show those again, just as a refresher. I'm gonna make sure that this actually shows up correctly. I apologize. So we had, well, if I go to the right place, that would be peachy. Astriel Shalin, who introduced herself as a leader within Lord's Alliance, correct? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Next we had, not that person. That was a bad person. Ontharr Frume, who introduced himself as a leader within the Emerald Enclave. Sorry, not the Emerald Enclave.
Nope.
The Order of the
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. I'm going to get all of these mixed up so many times. There's number 1.
It's a
And
good
then-
thing we took all the notes.
Yeah.
Will help.
And then Rydoth, who is much more soft-spoken than the others, but still introduced himself as a leader within the Emerald Enclave.
Dude, he's so cool looking.
He is.
He's got some badass stuff going on. He's decorated in a way, but he's definitely got the classic druid look going on. So,
Not gonna lie, that's kind of like end goals for Eliseo. Like, can they just look that cool?
I
and
mean,
just, like,
there's
full of weirdness?
nothing preventing any of you from doing anything you want with your look. Well, other than Twitch TOS. So, the conversation essentially is yours to continue at this point after that initial introduction of who these folks are. I don't believe we actually started the conversation, so I know this is going to be a little awkward to get it off the ground because it's been 4 weeks, but whatever you guys want to lead with, essentially, we can go ahead and figure out what questions do you have, what interactions do you want to have with these folks.
So, you were like our boss this whole time? Oh, that's cool, Eliseo. I didn't really put that together.
I wouldn't say boss. We're still organizing, all of us, really.
Well,
We can just stay with contact for now. The formality doesn't quite exist yet, especially after your feats back at the raiding camp.
in game, I go higher up.
So, is everybody, like, is Astral there? Like, everyone's, like, there, or we're just talking to Leosin right now? I'm sorry, I must have missed that.
Oh, no, that's okay. They're all there. The room that you're in is kind of like a back room in an inn. Like an inn in this world, pretty typically, like, main level would have some sort of, like, dining tavern area, and like a opening, almost lobby, you know, depending on the size, and then immediately go into rooms that people are staying in. But sometimes they have like private quarters or office areas for like management and behind the scenes work going on. So this is that type of room. So it's almost like an office setup with like a single table in the middle that all 4 of these folks, was it 3? Jesus.
There's 4.
4, yeah, total of 4 of them are, they're all they seem to be in the middle of like a conversation, almost like a planning period. They've got a few papers scattered across the table. There's actually a little bit of dark wine also waiting for you. So we were joking about a dinner party. You can make it a dinner thing if you want. They do have wine waiting for you. But yeah, they're sort of in the middle of this conversation with all 4 of them together. It was a very long-winded answer to your question. I apologize.
You're perfect. So, 2 things. One, it's gonna get weirdly noisy in my house because I have to have doors open because my dogs are here. But anyways, that aside, if you hear mystical horns and dogs barking, I apologize. We'll just pretend like they're definitely in
The
Elturel.
swarm.
For
Yeah,
sure.
it's just
Yes,
like
exactly.
things happening outside in the busy
Got it.
streets of El Terrell. It's all good.
second, Ulta would probably attempt to the best of her ability to, like, kind of just shift her little leather armor, like, probably, like, dust herself off, attempt to, like, look a little bit more formal, and she would walk right over to Astral and, like, extend a hand to introduce herself. And, you know, strike up a conversation, because she's never met Astral before, but she's definitely interested in finding out what happened, because we didn't come back to the keep fast enough. Like, we were supposed to go get the people and then come back. That was our mission, and we didn't complete that. So she's been, like, mildly obsessing about that. Because
So is that just your description for me of what you're thinking, or do you actually relay that to Astral?
That was a description for you, but again, long-winded answer. We haven't played in a month, so let me
It's gonna be
just
bad.
do that in character. Bingo, bango. So yeah, Ulta will just walk right up to Astral and put her hand out and say, Ulta Cragmall, nice to meet you. I'd really like to talk to you about the last mission. I don't think it was a success.
On the contrary, we would call it wildly successful, and she would extend her hand with this look of confusion. She would definitely be taken aback by your statement, you know, at the mention of failure, and all four of them would be like looking at you with bated breath, like, yes, please tell us.
And she will kind of, like, take in their looks, and she'll go, well, you do realize that we were given orders to bring people back from that cult, and we did not accomplish that. We released some prisoners, and things went fairly well, but, I mean, we didn't bring you the people that you needed.
And I can see how you would draw that conclusion, but I assure you that what you ended up finding out and experiencing was far more valuable in our eyes. The suggestion to find a prisoner was far from in order, especially at your quick volunteering to perform tests to help us out so thoroughly. Please don't worry about that. I want to hear more about what you experienced within the cave. And Leosin will pipe in and say, yeah, I wasn't able to make it all the way there, but I understood that it was important to them, and I was not within earshot of the half-dragon and Frume to get more information. That's the one black box in my reconnaissance.
There was a weird plant trap that kept hurting us. And then there's some Wayne kobolds, some drake dogs, and there's a meat locker.
It was a hatchery.
Yeah.
A hatchery.
It was a hatchery for eggs.
Dragon eggs.
Correct.
3 of them black.
The larger man Ontharr would like slap his head to his forehead and put it down to the table, just like, oh shit! I wanted to be wrong about that.
Well, they didn't hatch.
Well, that's good. Are they still there?
No.
So you disposed of them.
In a better way.
So at that, I'm gonna turn to Aster and kind of gesture to her and say, this is a little bit more up her speed as one of somebody very important to her kind of intervened. I'd rather her just kind of explain what happened.
Yeah, Aster has just been kind of like carefully taking all of this in, like between the leaders and what the party members have been saying and everything. Yeah, she just kind of pipes up to that prompt and just says, there was an agent of Sylvanus that kind of took them. Said that since they were unborn, they had the chance to not fall to the evils of being a chromatic dragon. And
at the mention
kind
of the name
disappeared.
Sylvanus, the druid will like, he's been sort of like not sulking, but he's hunched there. He's not super active in the conversation, but he's clearly paying attention. As soon as you mention, and I'm going to let you finish. Heck, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
No
but
problem.
I want to make it clear that he like almost half jumped in his chair when you mentioned Sylvanas, and then almost gives like a smirk and a chuckle when you say what the angel told you. But please continue.
I mean, that was just about it. That, yeah, like, the agent, yeah, they just said that they had the chance to not fall to the evils of being a chromatic dragon. It was all a little fantastical. It was a little hard to wrap our heads around. I'm still wrapping my head around it.
Well, large is the heart of nature, I suppose. Yes.
And we did find, well, I heard part of a conversation between Frume and Cyanrath, and then we got a map and some random crazy cult poetry, draconic-ish, but we don't think that's important. And I feel like that's the majority of it, right, guys? I look at everyone like,
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Are you also aware of what's happening in the east with the storm cloud that is just shifting and slowly going northward? It doesn't appear to be natural. Or if it is a natural occurrence, it's
Yes,
quite...
my nature friend here was just discussing the crazy storms in the mountains. I say it's giants. Maybe it's dragons. Maybe it's both. Which one do you think it is?
is that the gauntlet guy?
Yes. I'm terrible at voices, so I'm going to do my
love
best.
that. I love that.
them.
When, like, they say it's maybe, or it could be giants, like Juno will just slowly, like, take that information in for herself because she still wants to hunt down a belt from a giant, so she can
I
become
support
insta
this.
strong.
I totally
support
don't
this.
I also
remember that
support
comment
this.
at all. Not one bit. What
No,
did you
not one
say?
bit.
Something about...
I just want to be instantly strong. I want to cheat to
Hammer
live.
time?
That's all I want.
Hulk
I'm
smash.
gonna cheat at Dungeons and Dragons.
And I want a headband of intellect to make me less dumb, but that's not gonna happen.
Okay, so yeah, Ontharr has this kind of frenzy of like, I think it's all these crazy things, and then the smirk that Rydoth had. I'm gonna mess up names. I apologize in advance. There's too many of them. Rydoth is going to sort of cross his arms and sink back into this serious look and say, "Well, I have reports of terrible beasts moving, much more than normal, and yes, in the mountains too."
Terrible as in dragon or giants or anything more specific?
Not yet, but definitely very large. I need to work with. We're not very organized yet. and you'll see at that a comment like all three of them are kind of like, yeah.
I suppose that's what we're here for, and what we've been brought here for, though. Yeah, she just kind of looks to the group, looks back to them, looks to the group, like, right?
Yeah, if you tell us how we can help you, we will. We just need to know a direction to go in. I think we were heading possibly, and she's gonna look at Juno, like, I think we were debating going over and dealing with the shadow in the mountain after coming here, but that's
And
kind of
I
the
think
question.
our
Shadow
only
in the
other
mountain.
lead was
Go ahead, Hyacinth. I want to come back to that shadow in the mountain comment, like out of character.
yeah.
But after you can go ahead first.
I think our only other lead was, the map. I think we have it right here, and I'll gesture to Eliseo because I think they take care of most of the
Yes,
paperwork
I
and
have
notes.
the map. Yes.
Can we just show it to them so they know that I'm not bluffing, making stories up? People don't always trust cards. Whatever.
No, it's just you. They don't trust, but
I'm faintly reliable.
Juno just smirks in the background, not making eye contact with either of them as they're squabbling.
Okay, so before we open up the map, Chrissy, or no, not Chrissy. Somebody made a comment about a shadow in the mountain. I magic am not remembering that. Can you refresh my
So
memory?
Olta never rolled high enough on her perception to know if it was the weather, if it was a creature, if it was anything. To her, it was just like a shadow of something happening in that direction. So that's all it was, not like an actual
Gotcha.
thing. She
Yeah.
just doesn't know what it is because she knows Juno's been talking about it possibly being weather. She knows Aster has talked a little bit about it possibly being a creature from their perception checks, I think. But like,
Okay.
Olta doesn't know that, so she has no idea what it is.
Did you guys not discuss that in character after a few?
I mean, we did, but like it's kind of like I can discuss a storm, but if someone else doesn't see that storm, it's
Oh, okay.
just kind of perception based on like what Ulta saw.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because like we were like, it's a shitty storm, but that's not what storms are supposed to look like. So, and why isn't this storm coming towards us? So is it really a storm? Was the conversation that I know at least Juno and Aster had.
Yeah.
Because we had that like early morning hours.
Yeah, I have unmoving storm with cadence in my notes.
Yes.
Because I think I rolled highest perception.
I believe you
But
did.
I think as we got closer, we might have heard or seen something slightly different, and that's why the shadow, or we thought giant, unless it was just an off comment.
Okay.
But
So we'll have them respond to that with a generality between the three of them that this is not the first time that Rydoth has been getting information about creatures moving / fleeing north, generally northward. And you collectively, you guys rolled high enough on all that investigating and perceiving that it seems to line up with the fact that you saw the storm eventually move north.
Yeah, I think as we basically took a left on the road, we saw it finally like going northward.
Yes.
Rather than just being along our side on the east, it started going up.
Gotcha. Okay, so we did mention that. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna ask, Mr. Rydoth, sir, you look like you're very, naturally knowledgeable. So I know your reports said like we don't know what it is, but some sort of like beast or creature. But would you know if any beast or creatures can like make storms? Like we've seen the blue dragon breathe lightning, but I don't know if it could make a storm. Like we've seen, like I know there are like storm giants. I think I've heard tales of, but like I don't know if they could make a storm. Do you know any like connections?
Course.
Or yeah.
Of course. All dragons can how do I say, bend their environment to their will, so to speak. So that is a possibility. Dragons have been rare in these parts for decades, if not longer. But the giants of the mountains, yes, the greatest of them certainly could muster a storm of their own here and there.
Okay.
And then, of course, there are also incredibly powerful wizards and users of magic, but they are just as rare.
Well,
Yeah.
we know the dragon that's traveling does have the ability to generate lightning.
Yeah. He did it.
It was
a
a blue dragon? Yes.
Yeah. So we know at least that one exists.
Yeah, and Leosin will chime in to essentially corroborate that. Yes, an adult blue dragon did accompany the raiding party in Greenest, and oddly enough, seemed to almost follow the half dragon. Almost.
I have a question. How did all of you meet? How did this gathering of these different organizations even come to pass when we've worked so exclusively throughout the years?
Leosin's going to chime in and say, I personally believe that the exclusivity of operations among the factions in the past was the very reason for their near demise.
Thank you, Leosin. I'm just
Yeah.
like the Harper in Juno is just like, hell yes, thank you, you get it.
So while we do still have sort of siloed ideals and goals, we do have enough overlap to at least here and there collaborate. And we believe that this is one such instance. We are on a mission of sorts, the four of us, to prove this idea, if you will, to the Council of Waterdeep, who are at best skeptical, but are giving us some freedoms to prove our mettle. Oh, which reminds me, and he's going to sort of like gesture to the other three, and they'll pull out some papers from their little pile that's going on the table, and they will each will extend a paper to all 5 of you that contain a sort of certificate with the seal of your faction. And yes, Eliseo, this does include you, to your surprise. Leosin is going to continue to say, the very least we can do for you is have the council approve rank so that you can operate side by side with us with as little restriction as possible.
Getting promoted.
So,
Oh no, responsibilities.
Oh no.
if you guys hadn't noticed the episode title,
I regret things.
so Eliseo, this is just as much an offer for you as it is a promotion.
I'm getting hired and promoted.
This is going to be, and I apologize, folks, just getting all the names, places, people, and things together. This is, I want to make sure I get it right. So, Eliseo, you are going to be handed basically a title document that says Eliseo, Harper's Association. Looking at the right one, Bright Candle.
Okay.
And then Icarus and Juno, you will also be handed certificates that say your name, Harper's Association, Bright Candle.
Oh, I was hoping Bright Candle was like my code name or something. That'd be really cool.
No, I don't have code names, but you can make code
Can
names
we
if you
get
want.
code names?
You can make code names.
We should get code names.
Aster, the Raidoth would be handing you a similar piece of paper. Yours is a little bit more weathered. Almost not wet. That's gross. A little darker
moist?
in color, like
Tea stained.
musty almost.
It's got a smell.
Yeah.
It's got
Just the life of a
character.
druid.
that says Aster, Order of the Gauntlet. Emerald Enclave, Autumn Reaver.
Autumn what?
Badass.
Autumn
Autumn.
Reaver.
How do you spell Reaver?
R-E-A-V-E-R.
ER.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, upon like,
Spelling champs.
accepting that, Aster's actually going to see if he recognizes Druidic sign at all. Like, she's just going to be, thank you. See if he does anything.
Wait, Druidic, like a... You're,
You know what we were talking about? Yeah, like speaking Druidic when it's just a sign. So.
Yeah, okay, like sign language, D&D form.
Yeah.
He would absolutely, like, full smile at that and give you the returning gesture for... that translates to, we'll say, the pleasure is mine, in common. And then, Olta, you would be receiving a piece of paper that is basically larger than your head. It's a normal sized piece of paper. So you might have to like fold it or roll it a little bit more. But it in big bold letters for you, Lord's Alliance, Olta, Cragmaw. If you have last names, they contain your last names. We'll just say that.
You do.
Stingblade.
Every name is cooler than the last.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's kind of awkward. There's no one here from the Order of the Gauntlet, isn't it? I'm gonna say, I'll shake your hand if you want.
Wait, yeah, what's the Order of the Gauntlet about? Like,
It's like
can I be
clerics
on
and
their
paladins, technically.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much.
Oh.
Which, like, we're like
That's-
kind of godly.
Oh, that's me.
But, like,
It's,
we're
it's an
the,
overgeneralization, but it is, yeah.
we're like the wrong kind of godly, you know?
Hey,
it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
right
say
here.
like
I'm an Asimar.
while this conversation is going on, Juno's definitely been giving this Order of the Gauntlet guy an up and down. Number one, he's loud and abrasive from this interaction. But like, I feel like she's probably heard of them and been like, they're a little bit like overzealous in there.
I'll give him the winky wonk and be like, I'm pretty righteous.
Thank you.
I'll be like,
Winky.
yeah, it's like when you wink at someone. Because I'm like, dude, I'm like a paladin in my own sense.
With that, we have a good table, by the way,
Triple
Oh, good.
class.
from a fellow Harper's faction
Harper?
there.
Yeah.
Fucking Valzani, thank
We
you.
got them Harpers. Okay, so let's do the good table. While the good table is happening, Corndog, would you like to make any sort of check, like insight to understand more about that?
I
or
want to
is-
know like what more like I could learn about the Order of the Gauntlet, or like what Juno may actually know. Because
Okay.
like, I mean, I can go on to D&D Beyond and learn plenty
Right.
about it, but
Okay,
I don't
so
know how much she would know.
well,
I don't
let's
know.
do this. Let's say a history check if you want to know more about the Order of the Gauntlet generally, or an insight check if you want to sort of compare your base knowledge to this guy in particular.
Let's do an insight check. I'm trying to read this guy.
Okay.
More than I need to know about, like,
Persuasion if you're trying to give him the winky wonk.
I don't winky wonk. I cannot.
Nice.
I don't know what I rolled. 21.
21.
That's an okay roll by me.
Okay, so your base knowledge of Order of the Gauntlet is the generic like vow to protect others from
Yep.
evildoers, you know, that like holy righteousness in a way sort of thing. Comparable to Lord's Alliance in the whole holy righteousness thing, but more on the holy side. Like in the name of gods sort of thing, whereas Lord's Alliance is like more so for the good of people a little bit. This guy, I don't think you would have experienced too many people necessarily from all of the factions, let alone this one specifically, but loud and rambunctious doesn't seem to line up with your classic expectation from like a holier than thou sort of person.
Yeah.
So it seems out of place, but it definitely doesn't give you a vibe of like being nefarious.
Okay.
It just kind of, we're gonna
He's
stick
just
with
a jolly old man that
he's
shouts.
jolly big guy with a beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who happens to be Order of the Gauntlet.
I was about to say, what if you just happened to insight check him and he was like an insider for the Dragon Cult? You just found that out like on accident. Like, oops.
And I hit him with my warhammer. Just kidding.
Thonk.
So
Um,
does
Warhammer,
Icarus
though.
actually approach him and like go for the handshake?
Yeah, I do. I do give him the winky wonk and be like, sorry you didn't have anyone here. I could be your guy if you want, and I'll shake his hand and give him the winky wonk.
Okay, so along with these certificates would be some like a supplemental document, if you will, of a brief description of the different rankings within your faction, and I'm going to give it to you guys out of character as numbers, but it would be more of like a description of renown. Not necessarily like criterion to advance, but more like a description of if you encounter someone of this rank, this is probably a general description of that type of person. And each level is like the more you did for the faction, the longer you've been in the faction, the intensity of any given feats or good deeds within the faction increase your renown and therefore your rank. It's going to be numbers out of character again, but in character there would be more generic descriptions of feats like that. So I will give that to you guys after the session, but right now you would be able to see and understand that you are sort of in the middle.
As I shake the guy's hand, I will whisper, "Hey, what's your rank's name? Like, would it be cooler if I was one of you guys?" Like, just like, because it's the only one we don't know yet. I want to figure out what I would be if I was there.
So this is Leosin, right? Yeah.
No, this is to the Order of the Gauntlet guy.
Oh, Order of the Gauntlet?
Like, I'm asking, like, what my rank would be if I was a
It's
Gauntlet.
true, because they just get cooler.
Yeah, we need to figure out the
Maybe
last
we
one.
need to know this one.
He'd say, my rank is Vindicator. You wouldn't be quite there yet, but damn it if you didn't get close.
No, but, like, what would my rank be if I was one of you guys, you know?
He'd lean in and whisper, White Hawk.
I'm switching teams.
I'll lean back in and I'll whisper, "Are you taking applications?"
Oh,
And I'll
man, are
wink
you
you
gonna do that?
Well, no one knows if it's a joke or not. I'm a bard. I'm gonna say it though.
If you guys really want to, we can switch around rank names within the factions. That's not.
No.
Oh no,
That's not like
I
a
don't.
huge thing.
Unless I actually like faction change, I'm not gonna. But
Okay.
I want to say it though.
So Chrissy as a player just needs clarification.
Yeah.
She's currently just middle management.
Yeah, all five of you are middle of the road as far as rank goes. But you
now
would
we have-
understand, like, another one up would be what you're calling middle management. That would be,
Okay, check.
yeah.
All right. All right.
You're more like first pick for dangerous jobs type of rank.
I'm like the assistant to the regional
Are
manager.
we red shirts? Are we
Yeah, like, are we red shirts?
We're red shirts for sure.
Oh no, the red shit was all red shit. Oh my god, red shirt.
We're red shit?
Red
Well,
shirt
red
was
shit.
always a known kill.
Red shit's
Oh my
bad.
God.
Listen, I'm sticking with the assistant to the regional manager.
There you go. Yeah, this channel's rated M. Okay. Anywho, hopefully that's as bad as it gets.
So, so Magic, real quick, do you
The
want
night
to roll
is
to see
young.
who gets the good table?
Yes, let's
Oh,
distribute
yeah,
the
we
good
have a
table.
good
Also,
table.
have you guys noted the other? There was a +2 and there was an advantage in there.
Yes, I put it right there.
Okay, sweet.
Well, I put
yeah,
mine
let's do
there.
that
I
good
didn't put
table.
Chrissy's on mine.
Okay.
I figured Chrissy could take care of.
Awesome. Good table. What are we doing?
So I don't know if I should roll who gets it. I feel like that might be a you thing, but then
Yep.
I can tell you what the thing is.
That's gonna be Eliseo.
All right, roll a d100, please.
Okay, here
Then.
goes. Rolling with 2 different sets of dice and it feels weird. Bad. 23.
All right, 23.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, I'm actually going to send this to you, Magic, real quick,
Okay.
because this might be something that you'll have to do.
Okay. This is fine.
Everything's fine.
Is it a puppy? Do I get a puppy? I have a puppy. I just realized something. So I have Play-Doh, and I just realized that I can put my dice in the Play-Doh and make little imprints.
Awesome. Okay, this will
Hi,
happen under certain circumstances.
Exactly.
We'll do that. Okay.
All right.
So you are any questions about the faction thing that just happened? In or out of character?
Ulta will again turn to Astral and ask, will you be my commanding officer? Are you who I'm reporting to? And how do I get in touch with you when we leave Ultra?
Oh, technically, I outrank you, but I consider you a colleague just as any other. So please, just contact. I dispense with the formality, please. It'll make me uncomfortable after what you've accomplished. The contacting is a bit more difficult for now. We do have our best mages and artificers within the council working on what we're calling sending stones for us, but it is complex work, not easy to finish. We're lucky that they're even working on it for us, but we should expect some soon.
She will just kind of like nod, and you'll see her out of like one of her pockets pull out like a tiny little, it's just kind of like a wooden trinket. Like it's shaped like a little bird, and it's just like a little trinket, and she will set it down on like the nearest table, and she'll say, can you make sure this gets back to Kerrigan? I just want to make sure she knows I'm okay.
She'll pick it up and sort of like fold it around in her hand a couple times, and of course. And just like plop it in a little satchel she's got as part of her uniform, if you will.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it possible to be in more than one faction, or must you designate yourself solely to one?
We just really want to collect all of these.
I mean, that's what Courtney wants, definitely. Juno is still like meh about this guy, but like she's also watching the interaction that Olta is having with her Lord's Alliance representative. It's like that person seems pretty cool. Fucking Leosin just fucking dipped on me, so like...
Yeah, Leosin got caught.
Well, not only did he get caught, but he's like, I'll be there for a couple days, and then he wasn't. So she's a little butthurt.
You do know that he got caught on purpose. And if you didn't know that, we should clarify that, because
retcon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay,
I
so
knew that.
let's retcon that, because I couldn't remember if we actually talked about it or not. His plan was essentially to, when he got to Greenest, he got there like intentionally just before the time that he thought it was going to be attacked. Tried to warn Sergeant Markuth and Governor Nighthill, but he got there like too soon before the attack, like with not enough lead time, so they weren't able to prepare. His plan was always to like try to figure out what he could about the cult, and he had intended to either infiltrate as plan A or get captured as plan B, so that he could get into that raiding party either way. And I apologize if that wasn't clear before.
I feel like I need
Nessim, was that his apprentice's name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nissan.
Nessim knew about that
Where
in
is
secret.
Nessim?
He's
left.
not here. Yeah, he left with. Well, he left at the same time Leosin
He left
did.
with Leosin, so I guess Juno is just now realizing that he's not here in this room.
Oh,
Maybe
are
he's
you asking
not.
in character?
I will now. Where's Nessim? Also, but
high
my
enough
first
ranking.
question wasn't answered.
Oh, okay. So there's two questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Info dump sessions. I tell you. So the first question was.
The first question was, is there an ability to be
Oh.
in more than one alliance
yeah.
at a time?
So
Or
I'm
do you
gonna
like
say
have to solely go with one faction?
you will rank within one faction, but you already know that at least these four, are collaborating like in a pretty big
Cross-factions.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you asking from what perspective are you asking from? Are you asking from a perspective of like benefit or information? Where are you coming from?
I think Juno is just mainly mainly curious if there are people, like, if they were to encounter someone who was like, I'm in this one and this one, like, to kind of be like, no, you're in one or the other, because I guess she doesn't know how, like, if, like, say, Leosin, like, were to meet with the Emerald Enclave, he couldn't say that he was a part of the Emerald Enclave. He would have to say that
Okay.
he was there on behalf of, like, Rydoth or someone within there. Like, he couldn't be like, because I've worked with you guys, I'm basically like you.
Gotcha.
No, like, he would have to kind of have someone on the inside.
Okay.
You can't be both.
Right. So we're gonna say out of character you can't be both.
Okay.
But in character, name Ontharr. Ontharr is gonna chime in and say, "I'll let my people know that they need to work with you, just as if you were one of my own."
Neat, but also, like, from a Pokemon aspect, we do kind of have to catch them all. So I feel like one of us should.
Don't worry, I got
Well,
this. I'll get his
This
digits.
is D&D. This isn't Pokemon. But anyway,
But I'm a completionist. I need to get all of them.
so
We need
Yes.
to have all of them.
so Aster's just like, so what exactly are the actions moving forward? Then it's great that we have this clearance and everything, but what are the actions that we're planning to take moving forward, either with you guys or with us or
Well, that's where we have quite a bit to ask of you. At the moment, we don't know much more other than the caravan that you and I encountered. This is Leosin talking. Is moving north along the coastway. That seems to coincide with this map that you found. And he's sort of like checking it out as he's talking. It ends at the high moor. I'm not sure of any landmarks in that area, but it does become more barren and destitute as we go, of course, so I guess that makes sense. What do you guys think? And the other three will take a look at it and sort of have this mumbling back and forth. And Leosin is going to mention that he had heard from... Oh, this is where the answer to your second question is going to come in. Juno, excuse me. He mentions that Nessim had gone back to Leosin's monastery in Baldur's Gate. And that he had sent word back of the caravan, if he recognized it correctly, breaking into smaller pieces as it traversed north. So this is making them travel very slowly, of course, especially compared to you guys. And then Alriel will chime in and say, so they do plan to traverse through Baldur's Gate.
So it seems we should be kind of trailing them or following them, or do you want us ahead of them?
They'll all
Warning.
kind of think for a little bit, and actually Rydoth will chime in and say, what if we have them cut them off?
If they're in smaller groups, how do we cut them off?
I don't mean to stop the group. I mean to find out what we don't know. Perhaps another opportunity to capture, or dare I say, even join them.
You will see Ulta's face at the even suggestion of that. She will like look to Astro just horrified, and then like turn to Aster in our group and just be like, what do we do? Like,
Eliseo has a bad reaction to join them as well. Just.
But yeah, I think always have a little bit of apprehension about undercover work. Joining.
Well, of course
them,
we'd
but-
never ask you to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't outrank us, or we don't outrank you that much, of course. However,
Hey, it
the
can be
more
quite
we can
fun. I've done
find
it.
out, the better.
And she will, like, Ulta's just like turn to Astral and just, she's like, they will recognize me unless you guys have a way to make me look completely different for a long amount of time. They will know who I am.
Of course.
Won't
Well,
they recognize
what about-
Eliseo too?
The Westward Party. Sorry, Hyacinth, what was that?
Wouldn't they recognize the Eliseo too? Question mark.
Eliseo. Oh. Eliseo, did you share that information?
Table talk.
Sorry to
Won't they
put you on the
recognize-
spot, but
Yeah.
I
I've
think
shared
I
that
know.
information with Juno.
Yep.
okay. So Hyacinth, you don't know anything about that.
Table talk question, just for other people's awareness.
Yep. So we're and I trust you guys to sort of
Yeah.
tuck that away. So only Eliseo and Juno know those things.
Yeah. Juno would probably notice Eliseo like very like stiffen up like as soon as I say join them. I'd be like,
And Juno
Okay.
will just slide her hand into their hand, like kind of being supportive from right next to them.
Okay, so the Astral will chime in and say that could be too dangerous. How about the Westward Party? We have word of another group converging on the coastway from the fields.
Wait, I thought the city's on the west, right? It's on the western side of the map.
Yeah, I was just gonna
will-
ask if we could see the map because
Yeah, I'll
I'm
flip you guys.
confused on where
Where's the
is
map?
where.
Where's the map?
Yeah, I forgot you're
map,
still
map,
on the
map.
Ultra map. Okay, so you are here. I gotta
Yep.
zoom this way out. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. So you are on that diamond in El Terrell. You do have one main road going east and west. And the west, that where the arrows are the markings on the actual map. Excuse me. So you know that the coastway goes through Baldur's Gate. It's the road that was indicated that the particular raiding party that you encountered is going. Oh, and this label's not there. That would help.
And then I also put a box for where I can remember the storm being too. Oh gosh. My box is gone because it's
What
all
the heck?
white.
It's all white now.
Oh no.
Ah,
When you accidentally use the paint can feature.
I can't read.
What?
Why is it acting like that?
Is there an undo button? I don't know. Roll 20.
Right.
Undo.
Control
Undo.
Z, Command Z. That's what I
This is
normally do.
odd.
We
Let's
painted our map
reload
on
that.
accident.
Paint the world
That's
white.
really odd. Okay, give me 1 second.
like, paint the
Let's
world
keep
green
talking
instead?
though.
Oh, it's paint the world red, you know, like
just-
red shirts, like we
I
are.
wasn't ready
Red
for that. You can't comment.
Thank you.
I wasn't ready.
It did this to me like a long time ago in my other game as well.
Man, that white
Interesting.
screen is just really blowing up your face, too.
It really
Yeah.
is. I know. I'm
It's-
sorry.
Right.
I
I
had.
will say that it has technically been an hour, and you've been stopping hourly during our games.
I
if
have.
You need to break.
Let's do that. Let's take
We
a
all
quick
need a
break, and I will spend that time getting this bonkiness figured out. We'll be right back. All right, we might be a little. Nope, we're good. Sweet. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I'm convinced that was user error, but we're back at it now. Let's get the music background sound back on. So, where were we? Yeah, legitimately.
We
We're
were
talking about the
We have decided not to
Western
join the
group
Lord's Alliance.
that
The
were in
paths.
the field.
Or Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh right, so Astral mentioned the possibility of catching a group, whether that means they've thrown out the idea of
Right.
like trying to capture someone. They mentioned the idea of trying to infiltrate. It's clear that they're having a conversation of like figuring out a plan alongside you at this point, or you with them at this point. And Astriel mentions that there is another reported Cult of the Dragon group coming westward through the fields, and now we have this marker of the Fields of the Dead on the map. Everybody make a history check, please.
Okay.
I'm so smart.
Look
Oh
at you
my
and
gosh!
I natted that
Whoa.
shit, both of us. Boom!
I'm so
Bye. Tell
glad
us all the secrets.
Yeah, tell us everything you know. Read
Okay.
us the book.
Okay, so you
12.
you two would know. Oh, we didn't get all the rolls. Anybody who rolled higher than a 15.
Got 21.
Roll a
Icarus.
14!
So
Ooh.
Icarus, you know some of this. Aster, you know some of this. The finer detail is actually not very detailed. You simply know references to the Fields of the Dead being a commonly traversed area. I'm using that word a lot today. I need to mix it up. A commonly traversed area by large groups for conquest. Elturel is a heavily fortified and intentionally placed city at like the peak of a larger hill among a hilly area. And the Fields of the Dead is this sort of northern expanse of that rolling hill area. And over history, centuries and centuries, you'd know of attempts at conquest that sort of swept north and south, east and west across this area. So Fields of the Dead is just referring to common areas of mass warfare. You'd also know that this area is inhabited by small bands of people at this point who don't really officially associate with any given city or what do I want to call it? Like a commonwealth of any kind. They're just sort of like their own little bands and groups, neighborhoods of people out in the hilly area. So it is inhabited. It's called the Fields of the Dead because of its history with large-scale warfare over and over. But it's not like this whole thing is haunted, hell's gonna spawn through it sort of thing.
Yet.
So that's where the other westward group is?
She knows that they're coming from the east to the west in some way. They know it would be easiest for such caravans to actually take the roads, and they'll go even farther to say if we know the one traveling northward is breaking into smaller pieces to go through Baldur's Gate, it must be for a reason, and it's likely that the other group coming from the east to the west may be doing the same.
So there's just groups descending potentially on Baldur's Gate.
At least two that they have good information on.
I don't know about you guys. I feel like the group that doesn't recognize us is probably the better one to go after.
I'm not opposed to going after the group that would recognize us. I just don't know if I would be able to sufficiently not be recognized. Like, I would really need to be disguised somehow for that to work out. But that doesn't mean that we can't go there to attempt to ambush, take a prisoner, take a whatever. We could do all of those things, but I just don't know that we could accomplish it by being part of. We would have to be a little bit more sneaky if we went that route.
I personally could do either, but I think that based on what we've learned about the cult as of now, they're not all like bad people. So like I wouldn't want to just ambush or attack anyone unless it's like clearly like a culty like Cyan Wrath or like a clearly bad person, because some of the cultists are just there because they needed the wage, honestly, I think. which like I'd feel bad like having to attack or like harm them. Just some of them, like if we like can separate from the group, I'm sure they would move their own way. So like debating on, like, I'd much prefer gathering information or going undercover if the other option is that.
Yeah, and when we tried to do the original mission of just grabbing someone and bringing them home, they knew essentially nothing.
Yeah, that's like what I'm talking about. Like,
so we would need someone higher up, like Frume or Cyanrath or someone of that nature, I think, to get anything of value. But how do we get them? Because the last time that happened, it went very poorly.
yeah, like we like defeated one and then like lightning or like stabbing or like teleporting. It was.
In all fairness, it's totally in character. In all fairness, it sounds like the last time your last experience with them was before you had seen anyone other than Cyanrath. But now I think you have the ability to recognize those who may be in charge over those who may just be little more than bandits.
Like, Frume was definitely higher up than Cyanrath, but...
Out of character question. I have a list of people with names that I would recognize. Are they all from the Cult of the Dragon that I would be able to identify, like, oh yeah, let me tell you their leadership structure?
Hyacinth, I got your question. I will take care of that on the next break. It is not something we have to worry about.
Okay.
But good call. Niffer.
Yes.
Gotta find that list. I apologize. 1 second.
It's fine. Frilla Mondath was on it. Resmir, the female half-dragon.
We've already heard that name, too.
You have heard that name.
And I know her by sight.
Oh, you've seen her in character, yes.
Yes.
Only you.
Yes. But, like, would I know any more that they could be like, oh, we don't know what we're looking for? And I could be like, actually, I do.
Oh, yeah. That's a good call. You do know. Resmir is... So she's a female black half-dragon.
Yes.
You know, very, very much like Cyanrath, but the black dragon version, whereas he is the blue dragon version. And she does outrank him. She has terrifying power and abilities and influence. Roll a history check for me. I'm looking for a 10 or better.
How's a 22?
22 is great. You have heard reference to 5 what Resmir called magical masks.
I was about to say, I'm getting the vibe that there's going to be 5 half-dragons of different colors ranking. As we've seen blue, we know there's a black. I'm like,
Seeing a trend here.
Patterns.
So, yeah.
Half-dragon Power Rangers! I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
We should get colored armor and be like the reverse Power Rangers that are good.
Yes. We should all get different metallic armor.
Oh, that could be a thing.
I like to be rose gold.
Different
Just
metallic
saying.
armors? I mean, there are 5 metallic dragon colors already.
Okay, I found it.
Okay. Yes?
Okay. The last name is not one that you've heard mention of yet.
Okay.
But yes, the other 2 definitely. Yep, that all checks out.
So that's like just those names for my backstory. But also they're talking about like, okay, they're the leadership structure there, whatever. Would I know anything more about any other people in leadership in the cult that I could be like, oh yeah, look out for these people and these?
Yes.
I want to see if I can provide the Harpers at all with more knowledge.
Perfect. Okay, so you know that Frume was referred to by other people in the cult as a shadow warrior. And that term came from a witness and severe misunderstanding of the incredible power that she has. You also know that there are more just like her. But it's not clear to you, like, where they fit within the ranks. It almost sounded like that group was like more of a collaborating group rather than an actual part of the dragon cult.
Okay.
And that it seemed like their powers were tied to, you would have heard reference to the evils of hell multiple times.
I like this less. But I don't know this.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hooray! My past coming back just when I wanted it. I'm dead inside. It's fine. Cool.
Okay. Any other questions, clarifications we're looking for?
No. I was just... Something in the conversation had made me think, oh, would I know about that? I could contribute.
Yep.
And then I don't know how to contribute that to the conversation anymore.
That would actually spark, like, new energy and interest in these four because,
Great.
what is it? Resmir is a name they haven't heard before, so they would, like, probe you a little bit for more about it. Like, Resmir, there's another half-dragon. Are there even more? Do you know anything about him? Her? Sorry.
Yeah. This flusterness is also from Eliseo and me. Because...
Just remember, I'm holding your hand and squeezing it tight.
Yep, and I'm being very vague about why I know all of this. I'm just kind of like, well, I might know a bit more. You know, lots of reading on my part and learning things.
Your
this
time
is
wizard magic's
rough.
always impressed me.
Rough
Eliseo.
hierarchy of the cult as it goes. There's these people, Resmir, 5 magical masks. So, you know, 5 colors of dragons. Draw that conclusion on your own.
You must have gone ahead in time in our investigations with your time magic and figured this out. That's so impressive. I've never seen you do something like that.
I'm still working on that, but yeah, thanks.
At this point, they are kind of just as out of ideas.
Yep.
As you guys might be as far as what's next. They don't have anything new to bring to the table, at least at this point.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but maybe going for this group heading westward might be the best course of action. Since less is known about them, maybe learning more about this other strange group could be good.
Didn't they always also want us to investigate the northern beasts in the storm, though?
Well, we asked about it. I don't think
Oh,
that's
you asked about it.
necessarily an investigation.
Yeah, we didn't
that
get
we
there.
need to be on.
Oh, I just remember him being like, "Oh, there's something about beasts," and I was like, "Oh, is that a concern?" And I thought they were linked, but maybe not.
They so Rydoth would pipe in at that point and say, it's likely that they are, but we have even less knowledge of that. I wouldn't want to send you there just yet. I think some form of following or otherwise getting more information from these groups converging northward is best for now.
Gotcha.
Can you outfit us with at least their colors and branding and everything we would need to be able to make any easy entrance into any of their encampments?
Astriel chimes in and says, well, if we could, we would. But at this point, the best we know is that their cargo would look slightly different from that of an average merchant. We also know that they travel in at least pairs, if not more. It seems that they are trying to break apart, probably in order to go through Baldur's Gate as efficiently as possible, but only as much as they need to. So they may even have larger sets of cargo than normal as well. But they will be trying to be as inconspicuous as possible.
So we hijack the cargo, dress ourselves in their uniforms, which we steal, and then infiltrate. I like it.
That is an idea. I did not mean to say that so, like... Sorry, that did not mean to sound dismissive.
Or, I mean...
No, like, they're actually, like...
Would it be possible to
got.
just, like, go to a tailor and recreate it if, like... Or would it be safer to just steal a uniform? Because, like, I know what it looks like, and I can make myself look like it if we need to see what it is.
Right.
Or would that take too much time, too, to, like, make it from scratch?
So they would indicate you guys are, at least for the group heading north from south, you are ahead of them. If you were to go to Baldur's Gate right now and just beeline it, you would be ahead of that group by at least several days. So it wouldn't hurt for you to spend at least the evening, if not another day here. It wouldn't hurt if you needed to do anything in town, in this city, in order to prepare. But they would also let you know that you have, they took care of chartering a couple of keel boats if you decide that you would like to travel via the river instead of the road, which would save you about a half day's travel time if you did end up in a position where you were shorter on time. Or if you just wanted to do that instead of traveling via the road. There are a couple of points where they get very close together. So you could potentially observe the road from the river at several points if you chose to go that route. And vice versa.
I don't know, the boat just kind of sounds like fun.
It does. It really does.
A nice change of scenery, at least.
Boat trip.
It also
Oh,
reminds me of like the last
But
portion of Oregon Trail.
If we
Where
go
everyone
by
dies.
boat,
No, why would you see that?
if we go by boat,
disrespect?
we won't have our cart anymore.
That's also very fair.
Yeah, you were very emotionally attached to that cart.
I'm just saying, we'll have to go by foot afterwards.
And that bothers you?
Well, who knows how far we have to go to chase these cultists, you know?
We do
Walking
have
is a
other
lot
contacts
less-
in Baldur's
If they
Gate
are-
that could
Never mind, let's go by boat!
commission a new cart for you. There are plenty of stables and available woodworkers in the city.
Thank you, that's very kind. He can handle walking.
I think that's a good idea because I don't know how to drive a cart yet. I'm still working on it.
Without worry, we were talking about hijacking things from these cultists, perhaps taking
Just
a cart from them is in the question. I don't know.
We're pretty sure at this point that all they're really after is treasure and valuables. As far as what they're transporting, I don't know that taking a cart would be super helpful unless there was any sort of indication within the cargo of more information than we have. I think we're more interested in the people themselves, what they know, and what they're planning.
Well, I think we could just use the cart as an inn if we, like, deliver the cart to them. We just, like, take it from whoever's doing it, and then we, like, you know, go with it back to the group.
You want to have a cart full of treasure, basically, and use that as a cover.
Yeah, they won't pay attention to who's leading it if we have the stuff they've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Olta, if I remember correctly from our experience that night by the fire, you also may have someone looking for you in Baldur's Gate or waiting for you there. If we get there early, we could potentially
That would be wise.
meet your contact there.
Yes, correct. I was going. You got it.
Well, I suppose if there's nothing else to really learn or plan, I guess we can go on going to whatever we're deciding to do next. And she's looking at the rest of the group like,
Great! Wonderful! How about an evening of getting away from this nonsense for once? And Ontharr, like, bolts up out of his chair. He's clearly got this demeanor of, like, can we be done now? And wants to take you guys into the town.
A mood.
oh, okay.
I would like to pull Ontharr aside at one part, or like maybe just like right before we leave to go into town. I'm gonna whisper like, "Hey, do you guys have like requirements? I feel like, you know, I might want to fill out an application. I kind of interested to learn a little more, you know." Wink, wonk.
Oh my god, the wink wonk. Well, of course we have requirements, but you are already associated, my friend.
Well, my mother pays my fees. It wasn't really my choice, by say, but like, well, you know, so like, we could figure something out, right? I'm just curious to like know a little more, you know.
I don't think I want to be known as the guy who stole from the other factions.
Well, everyone needs a good homewrecker every now and then.
Not in my home.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't expect it to go, like, I didn't think it was that shady. I thought it was funny. Oh.
Oh,
You are a disaster.
I didn't
Disaster twin.
I just walked back like, I didn't think it'd go like that.
And
Okay.
what did we learn?
so is there anything else
Don't
you
let
want
mom
to...
sign paperwork for you.
You will, they will let you know that they'll meet you here again in the morning if you're intending to leave tomorrow. But they're sort of all in like a okay, go ahead mode with Ontharr. It's clear that he's been kind of antsy about this whole thing. He would like to be done with it for the day.
Let's get wasted with the paladin.
Before we do that, I am going to ask to privately speak to Astral,
Okay.
like away from the group.
Away from the whole group, away from your group,
Yeah.
away from that group,
Away from the whole group.
literally one-on-one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask her out. Do it for all of us. Come on.
I'm gonna try to kiss her. No, I'm just kidding. I would never. I'm a 3-foot tall lizard. She's like 6 foot tall and wielding a great sword.
Roll an athletics check for the jump.
Yeah, I'd have to
There you go.
climb up her like a goddamn jungle gym.
Oh man.
So, when we are somewhere private, like away from everybody, I am going to motion kind of to my back and say, while we were traveling, I have had some issues with my shadow, and I am trying to speak as quietly as possible. And I would love a connection to a mage or somebody who has some knowledge of what could possibly be happening, because I am no longer willing to allow people who are not knowledgeable in this area poke and prod at me.
As you
She's
say that,
just kind of like she's still very concerned about this because she feels like she's being tracked, but she has no idea if that's legitimate or not.
okay. So she'll take a minute to look you over and like check behind you, like, oh yeah, you don't have a shadow, and like check to, you know, where's the nearest lamp, and then look at you again. And she'll have a puzzled, concerned, like clearly like that ain't right kind of look on her face, but she would not be freaked out. She's got this overall demeanor of like having it together, and at no point she has shown emotion to a degree through like finding out new information, trying to figure things out. She's clearly invested in the information you guys have exchanged and shared and in the tasks at hand. So she's not gonna like freak out about it. But she will say the only context I've heard of such things is in death magic. You're not a necromancer, are you?
She will gesture to the small swarm of currently just like little roly-poly opossums who are not hissing and just nope. Just kind of like very concerned as to that question because like she's like never been asked a question like that. Like, what? No, not a necromancer. Definitely love the ranger things. Like she's just very confused. Like,
You know, the dragon cult, as it were, until recent months, only had a history of lollygagging about to the east. We never really took them seriously because they had wild dreams of resurrecting dragons, which was almost entirely unsuccessful. However, the wizards that they worked with dabbled in death magic in order to make it happen. And I could swear I'd heard about shadow magic being a part of that. I will contact our mages in Waterdeep, and I will find out what I can.
hearing all of this, and as Chrissy out of character is jotting notes, she will say, my big concern is that I am currently marked or being tracked. If you could make sure that they know that's my concern, I'm afraid that I'm going to be giving away our position or what we are doing because I have somehow been attached to and or connected to this being.
Which being is that?
Frume was the one who, I believe, was powerful enough.
You believe she has marked you?
I don't know, but I'm concerned about it, yeah.
Understood. I will include that in the information and seek answers for you.
So much. And she will just kind of like nod and bow like a little bit and head out, kind of unwillingly to go drinking with the rest of the group.
Ontharr, I bet I can drink more than you.
Now there's a challenge I like to hear today. I'd like to start there.
Oh boy.
And I'd like to make a deception check to like fake drink and just win.
Okay.
I'll do performance too if you want.
We'll figure that out. So he's going to list off a few activities that he's clearly interested in participating in with you guys, both to test your mettle and the stories about you, as well as just have some good goddamn fun for once. Those activities include
Arm wrestling.
Just like the way it transitioned. That was nice.
horseback riding contests,
Oh yeah.
sparring,
No.
Yes.
weapon training,
Yes.
and yes, drinking.
Do we,
Archery
each have to
competition?
pick-
You wanna have
do we
a
each have
shoot-off?
to pick one?
You know, nobody has to pick anything. These are just the activities that he's telling you he would like to participate in.
Okay, I think
AKA
we
the
each
things
need
that
to
I
pick one.
prepared for.
Are we picking just one?
Also, in all fairness, he'd point out that if you don't want to go do activities, there is a market available for shopping, if you will, and that he would not be participating in
Shopping.
non-drinking and betting activities. And that's not meant to be a lead, guys. It's legitimately like open, do what you want sort of thing. It's just a couple of things that are preparable.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
I just reminded myself I have a strength of 15, so yeah, sure, let's go on that
Buff
sparring trip.
wizard.
Yeah, let's spar the shit out of this. I'm game.
Yeah, but okay. I guess we're gonna try that.
Okay, so sparring?
What's the worst that could happen? Sure.
I mean, part of me also wants weapon training, but what weapons does he have on him before?
Let's find out. Oh, weapon training would be.
Isn't that what you said?
Yes. I'm getting sparring and weapon training mixed up here. 1 second. Okay. He leads you guys to the market. Yes.
Hang on. Icarus, you should get him drunk first. And then I'll do sparring.
You speak my language. Yeah, I'll drink with him first.
Yep.
Because I want to have an archery competition as well afterwards.
Ooh.
You're drinking?
After drinking.
Olta's gonna win.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to see that.
Okay.
I need
So-
all of us to be drunk and then do these things.
So you guys are heading to a tavern called A Pair of Black Antlers. Antlers.
Nope.
Reading
antlers.
is hard.
It's
Like
an
anther.
anther pay.
A pair of black antlers. God, I almost did it again.
Said it twice, it's canon.
The best known tavern in the entire city, on the northeastern edge of this market. So just a few steps away from the inn that you were meeting in the first place. And Ontharr, like,
Quick question.
yes.
Before we left, Olta asked it, but I can't remember if we were told. Do we have a way of contacting them? If
We're
we
coming
were to
back
reach
in the
Baldur's
morning.
Gate.
At the
Or
moment,
somehow.
no.
Okay.
They're working on sending stones, but haven't gotten them completed yet.
Okay, cool. Just thought I'd double check.
If worst comes to worst, I can cast Animal Messenger and have something talk to them. Just
I might.
know.
Oh,
we could
Rydoth
get
would have
sending.
mentioned that he has alternative methods of communication. I forgot to mention that.
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
through squirrel community.
We're gonna send birds to each other.
Yay!
Herbs.
Herb mail. I need it.
Okay, anything else?
I'd like to
Nope,
pay
that
for
was
the
just
first.
like a quick question where I was like, wait, if we're walking away, because Courtney's brain was like, we don't have a way to contact them. What are we doing walking away from the group right now?
Okay. All right, so you guys are heading to A Pair of Black Antlers, and Ontharr, like, thrusts through the door with a little bit more gusto than anybody normal probably would, and just starts, like, patting people on the back. Hey, how's it going? Goes straight to the bar and order 4 goblets of ale. The atmosphere of this place is even more jolly than normal. I mean, like, on par for a tavern, but the general vibe of the town has been, like, upbeat, busy, things going on. It's very happy in here. You're in early evening now. You can tell that some people have probably been here for a while and definitely having a good time. So he orders 4 goblets of ale and he, like, motions for you all to join him. So, what's your story? What do I not know about you already? Let me know.
I'm counting. Either he got 4 for himself or not all of us came.
Are you asking me that in or out of character?
Out of character.
I don't have an answer for you.
Okay, thanks.
In character, I have an answer for you if you're going to ask him why he only ordered 4.
Hey, what about the harder stuff? I'll
But
ask in
also-
character.
But also I want to check of like, okay, I want to get this guy drunk and see what Icarus does because that's entertaining to me. But hey, Olta and Aster, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'm not super interested in the drinking or the betting
Oh,
or anything like
I'm
that.
not either. I'm just interested in Icarus making a fool of himself. But what would you like?
As you guys are sort of hush-hushing, he's going
Yeah.
to like scoop
gonna have
up
a
the
water,
4
please.
goblets and kind of wobble over to a table that would definitely fit all of you, and
All
yell
right.
back to the barkeep, and whatever for them as well.
Oh,
He's already
okay.
wobbling.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, not like drunk wobbling.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
like,
I was like, damn, we already
carrying
won.
4 goblets at the same time, like trying to, be stable. And
Did we say if he was dwarven? Is he
He is.
dwarven?
Yes.
So
Oh, no.
I'm still gonna bet on him then, in the ensuing chaos. But it will be funny. Anyways, so just any particular things you're looking for, or anything? No. Olta, where, you got your teacup. Is that gonna be? Is there tea? Can we
Yeah. I
get
mean,
tea
if
for
we
her.
wanted to,
Can
if we
we
wanted to
get
head out
some
and
tea
maybe
for her?
do some shopping, I could do that. But I don't want any tea right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, just
It's
thought
more
I'd check.
when I'm about to go to bed, like a good cup of tea
I mean,
before bed.
tea's good always. So, now I want tea. Cool. Anyways, sorry, weird space. Yeah. Juno, just checking. Yeah. What are you feeling?
I'm interested to know more about this weapon training or the sparring.
Yeah, I can.
Not particularly in a drinking mood right now with everything that's swirling around. Trying to sort that out.
No, I'm designated drinker, huh, buddy? And I just pat Icarus on the back.
I respond, don't worry. I
He's
have a
already
plan.
halfway through one. Ontharr is already halfway through one.
Yep.
I'm gonna get a single mug, and as we're in our drinking competition, I am going to ask for a refill, but then I'm just gonna prestidigitation the liquid in it, and I'm just gonna fake drink the rest of after the first one.
Okay. So you can make a deception check for that.
You got a +2 if you would like it.
You do have
by
a
the way.
+2 on that. And while you guys are sort of gathering what you might want to do, he is sort of waiting for like stories from you, like tell me about the cave and fighting the half dragon and all the war story stuff.
I rolled a
I mean-
25.
Olta was the one who fought the half dragon.
Mm-hmm.
At least one-on-one.
Very, very good. Very good story.
Oh, you! Haha, he must have towered over you. How tall was he? And for context, like, this guy is not a whole heck of a lot taller than you, Olta. He's just got a big personality.
He's more mass than height.
Yeah.
More
The
round
bindings
than
and
tall.
bracings on his armor are a little strained to stay on.
All right. Ulta is going to kind of just take him in for a moment, and being just kind of a little bit more straight-laced and not as like jovial. Like, she's just going to be very confused by this entire experience because she's not one for just going out and going drinking. So she's just going to like look him up and down kind of and be like, it was no different than any other hand-to-hand combat, but he was quite tall.
Ah, yes,
In
I could only
hockey.
hope for such glory someday to even survive that encounter. I can't wait to take one on myself.
I hope to one day meet him again. And
Oh,
Oh, no.
You cut me.
here I am.
There you
Sorry, clicked a button.
And buttons.
So she'll just say, like, I hope to meet him again one day, a little bit more prepared.
I like your spunk.
And we almost got him the second time, to be fair. I don't know who got the last blow on that one.
Was that also Olta? Because I was with Frume at the time.
It was either Olta
Or Aster.
myself, I think. That was when I turned into a bear.
I'm a
And
bear.
That was a time. Yeah. Hi.
What
I
else can you
shift.
turn into?
Quite a few things. Nothing that can really fly yet. That's something I'm still working on.
Leosin told me about the spider climbing down the mountainside.
I did that. It's just I don't know what my people do. I had to. You know I had to.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just something that my people do.
I think Rydos holding back. He didn't say anything other than the bear.
Oh, well, that might be all. I've never seen him before this. I don't know how he knew about that. Yeah, I've been a spider. I've been a quail a couple of times. I've been an elk.
Oh, the elk was good.
Elk was
should-
good.
You should tell him the story of charging down the first people that we handled.
Mm.
That was good.
I mean, yeah, chasing them down was good, but I don't know. I still think about
It was
what happened
fast.
afterwards a lot.
I just meant you were really fast, and that was really impressive. You can run really well and stuff.
This is the most awkward drinking party I've ever
Yep.
been to.
Well, that's because Aster's just like actually like just like sipping water in between this. Like she doesn't really drink, so she's just kind of like.
I think at this point I'm already fake drinking, just
Yeah, as far as you can tell, and you have pretty good confidence, he is not noticing that you're faking it at all. He's gonna point at Icarus and Juno and Eliseo and say, "Well, what's the biggest thing you've taken down?"
I've tackled him a lot, and I just point to Icarus.
I don't really take things down as much as I
Yeah, no.
raise them back up.
I do a lot of like research and stuff.
I went undercover once. I took down like a few people on my own. That was kind of cool.
That was actually.
Oh, you're talking about
a little
the
impressive.
cultist assassinations?
My rogue
Yeah.
assassinations.
He would be enamored with that story. I'm not sure if you want to like go into detail or not.
Of course,
Right,
my drinking buddy. Well, I was the scout of the party that day, and I don't. God, my memory is so bad, out of character. And I decided to go undercover. You know, I'd go in, investigate, and come back to give information to our group. So I transformed myself into one of the cultists. You know, because we've seen them before. I could just make up a random face for like one we saw before, and I went in, and they were on watch, and so the group didn't really know what was ahead of us. Like we could see a few people, but we couldn't really make it out. And there's two different sets of watch that were in tall grass, so like we could barely see anything. And I walked into the first group right after a guy walked out. And I go, "Oh, I'm here to replace him." And he goes, "Yeah, cool. I mean, it wasn't your turn, but sure, I'll take leave." And then the one guy leaves. And then while he's gone, I take out the first guy with my rapier, and I brandish my rapier for no reason because I don't really use it very often.
Like in the middle of a tavern, you're brandishing your rapier?
Yeah, like casually, you know. And
By this point, he would not have been the first.
in one
Okay.
false swing, or
One fell swing.
one foul swing, and
Yeah.
and then the group still had no idea what was happening because they couldn't fully see. And then I snuck into the other group and pulled the same trick. And it was a little bit slower since there were two of them, but don't worry, I got them down all on my own.
Ah, wonderful! I've always been the run and smash group, but your like are very useful in a fight.
Yeah, and that's how I know I can go undercover if we need to. And I've become a giant kobold before.
Why would you want to do that?
For undercover! I totally fooled them.
It worked pretty well, actually.
The cave. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Both Frume and Cyanrath believed it.
Something they also probably didn't mention was the that roper that we fought. That was terrifying, by
Oh,
the way.
I forgot about
but
that.
we made it.
What the hell's a roper?
It's this large. I'm not really sure what exactly.
It looks like a
it's supposed to- it's
stalagmite.
not- yeah, it just looks like a stalagmite. I don't know if that's just a monstrosity or. I don't think it's an animal of any kind.
So
I
you
don't know, it's
fought
very
a rock?
strange.
No, it
Kind of,
looks like
yes,
one,
it's
but
a
it's
living
a
rock.
fleshy one, and it's got tentacles that grab you, and a huge mouth that'll just devour you in one bite. I think I was actually inside of its mouth. Someone was in it, weren't they?
He's in the middle of pounding his
that was
second one,
Aster.
and like looking at you wide-eyed, like and
It was bigger than
gulping.
all of us.
Aster will actually take out the necklace that she's working on. He's like, well, these are some of the teeth if you've ever seen anything like these. But that's
He's
something
gonna
that
like
came from the
slam
roper.
this goblet on the table and look at it wide-eyed, like, you took those out of it?
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying. I love it.
And I'll look at Aster and be like, excuse this for a second. While it was still alive, just to hype him up.
Oh no.
Because in my mind, I'm like, I know the type of stories he wants to hear, and like no one's telling them, so I'm just like,
I'm not making you performance check because this is totally on point for him.
like at moments when they're telling a story, I'll be like, if you don't mind, and I'll just like add an embellishment that just makes them laugh.
Nice. Okay, so if it hasn't been clear, like the more war story he gets, the more excited he gets. He's loving it. He's loving the company. He, with a little more conversation, he'll quickly go through the 2 more goblets that he has, and then he'll say, "How about that sparring?"
Well,
Or
let's
was
get
it
a
weapon
shot
training?
for the road.
I forget. Whichever one you said you wanted to do is the one he says. Sorry.
Juno, I think, wanted to find out what weapon sparring was about.
Well, we can do the sparring. I would be interested in sparring as well. It's always
Yeah.
fun to see what I can do or see
Oh, you know
what you
what?
guys can do, because I don't know.
I just had an idea.
Especially because, like, I think we've leveled up since
You
I want
have.
to take him to the
the
shooting
last
range.
time we've had any reason to use our level up abilities.
Let's see if I can't show you a trick or two. He's gonna slam his last goblet on the table, and flip an extra gold piece to the bartenders, and lead you guys out into the. He's gonna head out toward basically the middle of this market area. Are you lagging behind at all, or are you going with him?
Yeah, we can follow that guy. Probably should not leave him alone at this point.
You can make an insight check if you'd like.
Okay.
To see if he's turned or
Yeah.
Sure.
insight check for turn.
16? How turn?
16, 18.
Hang on, I got this.
Whoa!
27.
Damn!
So cool.
Shouldn't be too much surprise understanding, what you guys do about dwarves in general. He is holding himself together pretty well. Legitimately seems like just a jovial, happy, big personality kind of guy. But yeah, it would be no surprise that he
That
drinks
he's
like a
fine.
dwarf.
I'm gonna go to the bar on the way out and be like, can we get 2 shots for the road?
Okay.
Because if he's clearly holding himself well, I don't know if we'll win, and we want to win.
Okay. I gotta admit, I don't know what a description of like hard liquor would be like in this type of setting, but you do get something.
Just like ale concentrate.
Some, like,
I think it'd
potato
probably be
grain,
Probably some
fucking-
vodka.
Yeah,
potato
something like
grain
vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
That.
So you get two small cups, I guess,
To-go
of
cups
just clear
of
liquid.
vodka.
Little
Yeah,
straw.
they're just solo cups.
Plastic for the road. Yeah, he's heading out toward this market now, and you would have seen briefly, but now would be even clearer. The market is filled with what it looks like this empty space on the map is actually filled with a few different like stations and a small what I can only describe as like a makeshift arena in the middle. And by small, I mean like this whole thing is like 1,500 feet from one end to the other, like these buildings. Ignore the measurement on this because it's not accurate, but from here to here, there's about a dozen. It's about a dozen buildings wide, with various sizes. So it's not humongous, but you have this small, like planks and ropes, sort of making this makeshift arena, and a few stations with people sort of huddled around. You'd be able to tell one or two of them is where people are like talking about making bets and sort of challenging other people, but in a friendly, like legitimate sparring kind of way, not like a well I bet I could take you, not like the punk I want to fight everybody I can sort of way. That make sense?
While they start with like the sparring or the weapons training, Ulta's definitely just going to be wandering around the streets looking in shops. She's
Okay.
not going to be super interested in watching the sparring happen. She's not going to wander far, but she's just not going to be
Not
interested.
gonna be signing up for that again.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's anything like pretty close by, Aster would probably be interested in looking at shops too.
Okay. So let's go to a short break, and during that break, I'll give you guys the opportunity so we don't have to figure it all out on the spot. Think about if you want to be involved or observing in any way with this sparring session, or if you want to be off doing other things. And in both of those cases, if you're going to be sticking with everybody else or intending to go off on your own. I'm up for any of it. We will, for you guys watching the stream, we'll be right back, and we'll hammer that. All right, we're back. So we have had some sit-down time / stretching time to figure out what everybody would like to do in the next couple of hours tops in the town before we get to the point that it's like end of the day. Ontharr is like beelining for the small makeshift arena in the middle of this market, and heading toward one of the stations that it looks like people are like making bets / signing up at for a round in the ring. And Juno, you said you were the one who said you wanted to try it, right? So he's beckoning toward you to join.
I think Juno and Eliseo both said they were interested.
Oh, okay, nice. So he's beckoning toward you guys. Aster, Olta, and Icarus, what are you guys up to?
Just peeking into shops, seeing what's around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye out for like apothecaries, little trinket shops,
Yeah, a place
definitely
with,
looking
like,
for tea shops and things like that.
yeah, a place with like even herbalism kits would be kind of good.
Okay.
Probably some crossbow bolts.
Crossbow bolts. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's start with the sparring group. Ontharr is heading toward he's gotten to this little station and clearly handed over some money. And at the distaste of some of the people who are already there, the person who seems to be sort of like in charge takes it and like waves him in, and Ontharr is beckoning toward you guys to join him. He's heading into this small arena at this point, and you can tell there are handfuls of people sort of meandering about. Some are sort of watching with some level of intent, but it's mostly just like glances as they go. There was one sparring match happening just before you guys came out here.
I will go to where I am beckoned to.
I'm gonna go to like spectate, and I'm gonna like sit on like the wall surrounding, and I'm gonna raise up the 2 glasses and say, Ontharr, I got one of these for you, but only if you win. And I'm just gonna set them down next to me and start strumming my bow lyre.
Nice. Anything you're intending to do with that, or?
I have a little jiggy for when they start to fight.
Nice.
Little jiggy.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to unholster this large, ornate, clearly like specially crafted warhammer from his side, and set it like in the middle of the arena, with obviously the head down. The shaft is just pointing straight up, and it's marking the very center of the arena. And you notice that he grabbed a different hammer of similar size and shape, but different material, from a small rack on his way in. He'll raise it up and say, "Training weapons only, of course."
Boo, I hate this place already. Are we supposed to set our weapons, like our normal weapons, off to the side, or?
Yes.
Okay. Juno will find out where her brother is along the wall and pass her warhammer to him, because she's not leaving that with plebeians. But she'll kind of like look to Ontharr and be like, "Do you have any of these?" And she'll pull out the whip that they acquired in the cave, one of the whips. Or
Oh yeah.
should I also leave this behind too? Is there a training whip?
Yes. It's
Okay.
A training whip?
It's more like just a chunk of leather with some like string hanging off, like rope,
Okay.
hanging off of it. But yes.
Oh, sister, I have one of those if you need.
What?
Wait.
I don't know what that means.
Moving on.
Moving on. Juno will just basically pass her weapons to Icarus sitting on the side, because she is not leaving them in some common pile.
Okay.
She's very anti that, because she doesn't know if there are thieves about. So
Fair.
You do realize I'm just sitting right there and you can put it next to me, right?
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what she's doing.
It's literally what I said I was doing. I'm just giving it to you.
I'm so sorry.
But she'll go pick up the training warhammer, and she'll pick up a training whip as well.
Okay.
And she'll just affix the whip to her hip.
Is this like one at a time? You go first, or?
We're going to fight real time. We can yield at any point. I do have money on this, though.
Against
it-
who?
Is it us 3 against each other? Is it us 2 against you?
Is it just
Oh, let's
one
make it
versus
fun.
one
You
versus
two
one?
against me. I want to see how you tag teamed against that half dragon.
Oh.
Oh, we can tag team. Well,
It was a
on.
manner of speaking. You can tag
Oh.
team if you want, or you can just do like a actual initiative.
Fucking go. Roll actual initiative. She'll do a cool warhammer flip in her hand.
Yeah. Ooh. What music do I want to play for this?
Are we ready for my jiggy?
We're about to be.
Let's do this.
I am really tempted to like cast bless or something on us.
I mean, you can.
they didn't say spells weren't allowed. I was definitely planning on fucking wielding spells.
Okay.
Oh, you would have
I
also
like
made it clear
to
this is
win.
definitely not like a fight to death sort of thing. It's
Oh, it's not.
it's
It's definitely to
sparring.
death.
It's sparring. that has
You-
the contextual meaning that it is not like a malicious.
Yeah.
Not
death
lethal
thing.
damage.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
when you say sparring, my thought was, oh, so it's just fist fight, and so I figured I wouldn't be allowed to use magic, but like,
Oh yeah, you can use
I
what you
can.
want, but it is intended to be non-lethal, so we're gonna specify that.
all right.
Excuse me while I cast Acid Stream.
Oh man. Okay, so
It's just
let's
mind whip.
have
Go.
you guys roll initiative.
I want to pat my wife on the back and cast Gift of Alacrity on her, by the way. Because if we're tag teaming, I love her very much and would like her to have 1d8 on your initiative bonus.
Okay, so add a d8 to that.
Yep.
Do. Did I roll? Did I do this right?
You got plus 1d8.
18!
Yeah! Oh, I need to actually roll. I'm not a bad sport person. I can do this. Oh. 22. I'm a fast wizard.
22, and Juno got what?
18.
18. Nice. All right.
I'm just like, wow, suddenly I can use magic. I was going into this being like, I'm just gonna punch him.
I mean, you can if you want to.
I mean, I really wish I had inflict wounds so that I could like really punch him right now.
Damn.
That would be so
That's a
fun.
KO punch.
You mean like I have?
Please do that for me.
No, I don't wanna. Maybe.
Don't actually kill
Hold
him.
my mace. Just.
Yeah.
We're tag teaming. I'm here to hold things.
Okay, so you get to go first, Eliseo.
I
Wait,
see this.
Can we do the jiggy first?
What's the jiggy?
do the jiggy?
Okay. I wrote this.
Is it another wink wonk?
It's like a do.
Oh,
do,
it's a
do,
jig,
Do,
okay.
do. It's like a little jig I wrote.
Gotcha.
On-
Go for it.
Ontharr was a hero who challenged the mighty Juno. Little did we know she would kick his What?
Okay.
That
Nice.
was good.
That was good.
Am I inspired by this?
Everybody's inspired by this. And
You
with
can be.
Tasha's
I can literally
inspiration-
do that.
No,
I can
I'm
give you my
giving it.
inspiration.
Like you don't have to
Okay.
burn that. You made inspiration happen with that for sure.
Thank
Um,
you, thank you.
And with Tasha's, like, inspiration is everything now. So you use that how you will.
Inspiration is everything.
Yep. Okay, so Eliseo, you have
All
the first
right.
move.
I just want to know that we established I can't actually do magic because I feel like I'm gonna hurt him when he's not expecting it.
You can do it.
magic.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, as long as it's a fair fight. I don't want to fight dirty. I'm casting Ray of Enfeeblement at him. So I need to make an attack roll.
God, that's like you're useless now.
Yes, it is. I can't read this dice. This is a bad dice. Okay. My spell attack is +7, so that's an unnatural 20 on him.
Ranged spell attack. Da-da-da-da-da.
On a hit, the
Deals
target
only
deals
half
only
damage.
half damage with weapon attacks that use strength.
Nice.
So it can make a con save at the end of its turn.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, Mr. Saito, giving people
Hey,
those
Saito.
bits.
Thank you, fam.
Hey. So yeah,
Heyo.
I just kind of like pat Juno on the back, and then just point Ray of Enfeeblement, and then pat Juno again, and be like, "Get him, babe."
He'll get a smirk on his face when you make this happen. Juno, it's your turn.
Sick 'em.
Juno will return the smirk, and she will
I
very.
will actually wink, by the way, since I am capable, unlike some people in his call.
Wink wonk.
Hey,
Wink,
we do
wonk.
our best. Wink, wonk. Juno will approach. And as she does,
Do I do it?
yeah, she's gonna make us spooky. she is going to cast Spirit Shroud upon herself,
I love that spell.
and it's a bonus action. So this arena just turned into, I like to think like with the spirits of the dead like flitting around me, it's just more like, just like a nice hazy fog. Kind of like when you're like going out first thing in the morning and it's like a super high dew point that day and it's just foggy as hell and you're like,
Nice.
what the hell happened? So
That's
it's
so
like
nice.
that's energy around her.
Okay.
And then she's just gonna go for the swing with her warhammer.
I like to
Get
think
it.
that's also right when I go, she's gonna kick his, and then poof.
Did I do it? 16 to hit.
16
Oh,
to
I've got a
hit?
+2. I'm gonna make it
Yeah.
18 to hit. Got a +2 from Al from the beginning of the session.
Nice. Okay. So you that was a swing with your warhammer?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you start to swing,
Or wait,
he's-
no, just kidding. The warhammer's 8. I was looking at something wrong.
Oh,
Just kidding. It's only 10.
it's only 10.
Boo.
Okay.
I miss. I whiff.
Yeah, that's gonna be a miss.
Yep.
So he just does this littlest juke, not like an actual dodge, and you swing a little wide. So it's going to be his turn, and he's going to like, as a continuation of his motion to slightly dodge, he's going to like extend his hands behind him and turn it into a full spin to swing at you. Ooh, also an 8. So he
I
misses you a
mimic
little
his
wide.
movement and dodge the other way.
Oh, nice.
I laugh.
Eliseo, it's your turn.
He gets to make a save against Raven. Feeblement.
Oh, yes. Oh, hey.
I like how he
Long
and I
window.
both had the same roll to start with.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh. 24.
Well, that'll save.
Hey.
You guys still see me?
Yeah.
I don't know if Twitch is freaking out or if it's on my end.
I still see you on Twitch too.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it must just be that window. Okay. No
Cool.
worries. Okay, cool. Yeah, Eliseo's turn then.
Sweet. I have no training weapons because I don't have any weapons, period. So I'm just gonna stand in the back with my spells again.
Okay.
Um,
And for the record, I think it would probably be best if we say like this sparring match is going to happen, and then we'll cut to the people who are not here, and like go through
shopping
all of
trip.
their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point
I'm
of
honestly
order,
more
when
excited.
would you like to resolve those good tables that we got in chat?
Yeah.
'Cause we
Ooh,
got
was there more than one?
each.
There's
We
six.
got one each.
Oh, the
Six.
Mr. Saito stuff.
Well, one each, but
oh, jeez.
But I
Nipper got
got
one
another
and
one.
Eliseo got one.
I'm a fictional character now. Please put me in as an NPC.
So this will be 3 for you this session.
I feel so blessed.
Okay.
The good
I,
is
Speaking
the
of-
good.
I had to refresh it, so I lost. Heck, would you mind just telling me how many came in, and if there were ones specific for people, just let me know how many were specific for anybody, and then how many are left. Just
So
hanging
it's
out?
one specific for each of us, and then there was an extra, so Niffer would have gotten 2.
Hey, boo.
Okay. And we've already established what Niffer's is.
Yeah, that's why I said
It's in
2.
Discord. I sent it in Discord.
There's 2 from Mr.
okay.
Saito.
Yeah, there's
So
there's
is that
2
different
new
than
ones.
the one I got earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I screen snipped it and sent
Okay.
it in
Cool.
Discord.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do I see 6?
Because
there
Niffer
are
got 2.
6.
Because Niffer got 2. There we go.
Eh.
We already figured out the one for Niffer. Let's do 5 more, and I'm just gonna go left to right to keep
It's-
this easy.
It's 2 new ones for Niffer.
Oh Jesus.
I got one earlier
Okay, so you
in
have
the
3 total.
episode. I have
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
total.
this is like, I
Nif,
don't
Nif
know
got
how
the
to-
random one earlier and
Yeah.
2 assigned.
Okay,
Yes.
so here's what we're gonna
Thank
do.
you.
Aster, if you don't mind, just roll those. Roll
Yeah.
6 D100s, and the first one's gonna be you. 2 and 3 are Niffer, then Hyacinth, Corndog, Chrissy. Does that make sense? In order of the overlay is how we're going to assign them.
Okay.
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 89.
So while that's happening, what's next, Eliseo?
Ash's mind whip.
Ooh.
So he needs to make an intelligence saving throw. Don't give me that look, okay?
I like how it's just like, let's duel, and he's like, yeah, like it pulls out his hammer, and then Juno
And
runs at him,
I just
and
stand in the
Eliseo's like,
back.
spell, 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 spell.
I just stand in the back being like, you get him, honey.
He's got an 8 on that.
Sweet. I'm gonna roll a lot of psychic damage, and it can't take a reaction till the end of its next turn. We're over on its next turn. I hate that it says the target. Anyways, we're over on his next turn. He has to choose whether he gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. He only gets one.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a 3 on every single die. So that's 9.
Okay.
9 psychic damage.
Nice.
Yep.
He'll clearly wince from that, but for the most part, hold his ground. Anything else?
Clearly wincing at 9 hit points. What are you, level 3?
It would have winced at that. What are you talking about?
Anything else for you?
Sorry. No, I'm good.
Okay. Juno.
All right, let's swing with the hammer again.
Do it. Get him.
Swing. 17 to hit.
I believe in you.
That will not hit.
You can walk away from him though.
It's actually going to connect with his armor, and you'll hear this like wood on metal type of clang. But he's clearly unfazed from it.
Move away. Because you can. He can't take reactions.
That's
Anything else?
fair, but then I have to move back to him.
That's true.
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Then it's going to be his turn again, and he'll sort of lift his hammer back up, and understanding that he can only do so much, he's going to twist his hands together at the hilt of this, and you'll see it start to from his hands upward will emanate this white, almost fire-like aura as he clearly casts a spell. And then it's going to be back to Eliseo's turn.
Cool.
Hyacinth, are you asking a question, or are you being the hype guy?
Yeah. Can I cast Branding Smite on my bow but not do anything with it so my bow glows like that too?
Absolutely.
I'm like,
the
yeah, I
aesthetic.
can do that too! from the outside.
What a great fanboy.
When Ontharr does it, you'll see a few more heads turn. All of you will see a few more heads turn from the outside of the ring, and ooh, hushed whispers and oohs and ahs, and then even more when Icarus does it as well. Icarus, one of the guys standing next to you would be like, "You're not thinking of interfering, are you?"
Oh no, I just wanted to show off a little bit.
Only
As I
here
go back
for
to
the
strumming my bow.
All right, Eliseo.
I gotta sneeze.
Oh, he's got to make a con save again, right?
It's not. No, that's done.
Okay.
Yep, it was a 1-turn thing.
Okay.
This sneeze is not happening, so on with my turn. I'm gonna cast Sapping Sting on him. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. 10. Wow, these are not working today.
Heyo. I don't know where my other D4 is, so we roll this one twice. That's 4 points of necrotic damage, and he falls prone.
Ooh.
I just trip him up from back here.
Thank you. That means I'll land a fucking hit next turn.
Welcome. I am here for battlefield control.
Okay, so
yeah.
he does this flame on thing with his hammer, and then you cast a spell quick, and he winces again and falls over and gives this ugh, and then almost chuckles a little bit. Not like a taunting thing. He's clearly
Yeah. This is a fun combat.
entertained, yeah, in a
Yay.
weird way.
We're pleasing him.
Juno.
All right. Hopefully she'll hit this time, but she gets advantage since he's prone.
Mhm.
Get it.
Hit. Let's roll twice, so that'll make it easier for my brain.
I believe in you.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll hit.
Yes, two-handed slam. And that also brings in 4 cold damage as the early morning fog that's around me wraps around him as well.
Nice.
I'm just gonna inhale.
Okay,
deeply,
so the
Smell like a fresh spring day.
smell that good fog. Love it.
so when you hit him, you'll see that you clearly land this hit, and you're expecting extra damage to occur based on it was branding smite, right? Is that
And
what you
I
said?
did?
no.
What was it?
No, mine is my whatchamacallit?
Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud. It's creepy
that's it, that's it.
energy.
Yeah, so you expect more to happen as a result of that, but you see at the moment of impact this sort of ping of light off of the contact point, and then almost like a wave of this fog energy absorbs into that spot. And you'd be able to tell that it did not have the full effect that you expected.
Does it seem like it was coming off of him, or is it coming out like is that because of the arena?
I feel like it's the
You
effect I needed.
can make nope, I have to use your passive because
we in a fight.
you're
If
in the
it's a
middle of
passive
fight.
arcana, it's a fucking 10.
Ooh.
What is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 17.
Okay, you have a good feeling that it's actually an effect of his armor.
Ooh.
Boo.
Can we loot him after this?
I could use some new armor.
You're not supposed to kill him. I mean,
Yeah,
but
but can
you
we
could.
take his things?
He's also dwarven, so he's like my height.
Magic
Yeah.
armor can fit to any size, I believe. It like customizes with attunement.
That'd be sweet though. Do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. Don't do it.
Okay, so those good tables, guys, just for the sake of simplicity, change references to the water. Just make it like the next liquid you come in contact with. It could be your own drinking water. It could be if you had ale.
Yeah, that's why
Whatever.
I edited a lot of water out because
Have a
that's in most
Wait,
campaigns.
where
that's
is
what
this?
We end up doing.
In our
look at the
Discord
personal
chat.
chat.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna say because clearly not all of them would apply tonight. If you just want to hang on to them until next session, we can do that.
I love the one that Juno got.
Mine is super applicable
It's
to me.
less
I'm like,
dark vision.
I know, it's just like, oh, okay.
I'm adding that 60 feet to my normal dark vision. It's like 360 feet now.
Oh my god.
Yes,
An
good.
Yeah,
extra
I
60
see
is
for
gonna go a long
forever.
way.
It is. It's a 20% increase.
There you go. Okay, anything else, Juno?
I'm still keeping my thing up. Yeah, Juno will step a couple feet away from him. Just give him some space to stand up, so that way it's not her like towering over him while
Okay.
while he attempts to stand
if
up.
you move your full movement away, since he'll have half movement, he can't get to you in the next turn.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah, Juno's smart enough to know that.
I'm like, battle tactics! Yeah!
Yeah, just shouting at me from the outside.
I'm doing it through our twin mind link.
I
Intelligence
actually
of
have a
zero.
message that I can
Oh,
tell
I
you
think
in
I do
K.
too, actually.
Yeah, I think you do too.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I do not.
Okay,
All right.
guess I'm the only one.
It's the twin link.
Fine.
So
Twin link.
he's going to stand up and sort of chuckle. How courteous of you. And like hoist himself up on the hammer. And in one quick motion, he's gonna like start to bring the hammer forward as he teleports from his spot to right behind you and actually try to sweep your feet. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
He's cool.
He is.
A 15 does not save.
I'm so
You-
glad that we decided to be on the same team for this.
You now fall prone. on
Oh
the ground.
no.
That was his action bonus action, so it is on to Eliseo at this point.
I would like to cast suggestion on him.
Oh.
Yeah. So he has to make a wisdom saving throw, as I just kind of look at my wife falling down onto the ground, and I just kind of look at him and I go, you know, that's the right idea. Do the rest of this fight on the ground. Stay prone.
Okay.
Stay down. So wisdom saving throw.
It has no effect.
He's an elf too.
Looked it up to make sure. It has no effect.
Beans. Okay.
What?
Anything
How?
else?
Damn it.
No, I love him now though.
Um,
Oh wait, yes, something else.
Okay.
Cause as I'm talking, apparently because of this good table, I start coughing and reach into my mouth and pull out 12 gold pieces. Thanks. I'm adding that to my inventory.
There you go.
Wait, 12? How?
Because it's 2d6.
It's a D6.
Oh,
I
1d6,
was like,
sorry.
wait.
Then 7. I read as 2d6 because I've been looking at a lot of spells today. 1d6 plus 2, so 7 gold pieces from my mouth.
Nice. All right, Juno, you're up.
Adding that to my inventory now.
Juno will stand up in a similar way to he did, using the warhammer as like a prop to push herself up off of, and as she does, she's gonna reach forward and be like, that was not kind. And she is going to just reach towards like any open spot she can see on his armor and cast inflict wounds
Oh.
at 2nd level.
Oh.
But like,
You're not messing around. Okay.
She's really
non-lethally.
mad. That was rude.
You didn't even take damage from it.
I know, but she does not take kindly to tricks unless they're from her.
Yeah, I'm like, you are you.
So that's... Ah, shit. It's only a 15 to hit, so that probably does not hit. Can it hit if she whipped for the skin?
Really shot blessed.
It does not hit.
Damn it.
What about the inspiration? Can you use the inspiration?
Use
Yeah,
the
can I use
inspiration.
inspiration?
You can.
Is it 1d6?
This really messes with. Hang on 1 second.
Is inspiration 1d6? Everyone?
Yes.
Come
I'll figure-
on.
For the life of me, figure out the appropriate lighting in here. That's better. Okay.
Big money. Oh, god damn it! 17 again. Fuck!
17 still
I
misses.
needed an 8. God.
All right, honey, we're gonna fix this. I'm casting bless next time. It's
Not gonna-
important. Hey, believe in yourself. I believe in you.
Believe in the heart of the cards.
So I guess he
It's here
just feels
now.
like necrotic energy start to swirl around him, but I flubbed it up, so.
Cool. Okay. On to him. You
So mad.
you just like stood up and you're a little perturbed at what he did to you. He's actually going to use his hammer to do it again in like this whirlwind, like unusually quick, quicker than you would expect, at least out of this like stout, short dwarf. He would do like a full whirlwind of his hammer to try and sweep you again. So make a dexterity saving throw.
I've just realized that I'm just sitting here buffing you and making you do better, but as soon as he finishes you, he's coming right for me.
Yep. We just both need to attack him.
Well, I don't have attacks.
So he's going to. Oh, it's
I'm a utility wizard, y'all. I am not built for this.
Well, you did some damage. You've done like 13.
I did a cantrip. It's
A cantrip
fine.
and a mind whip, remember?
Yep. That's all I got left.
All right, so he successfully sweeps you, Juno, and you fall back onto your back on the ground. And in the same motion, he whirls around again and slams this wooden training hammer on you for 7 bludgeoning damage.
Rough.
Perhaps I could show you that sometime, other than in the ring.
I would like to learn that. Yes, I shout from like far away.
Eliseo, it's your turn.
Side note: look, I made a little Play-Doh case for my D4. It has a lid. I'm so ADHD. I'm casting Bless, please, because my friend needs it. My wife and my out of character friend. I will bless me as well because I can, and I guess Icarus for like performance or something, hype manning up.
Heck yeah, brother!
Yep, I regret that immediately.
The saying, not the.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get that, but like I like bless you. I hear that, I'm like regret instantly.
Yeah. My bow is still glowing because I have a minute of the spell to attack someone with that I can't attack anyone. So my glowing golden bow.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, Juno.
Plus a D4.
She stands back up, mildly impressed, but still very angry. She swings.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch! I hate this game. I hate Dungeons and Dragons. I'm done. Give a shit. D4 won't help me here.
Does it count as interference if I actually inspire her at some point?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
It's sparring. Like, you'd all understand that it's actually not a serious thing.
Yeah. It's just this is really mildly embarrassing.
Get it out now. Get it out now. Not a real
outing.
fight, right?
Yep. Yeah, this will be better for my dice rolls the next time we're in combat.
Yep. That's exactly
Energy
what
has
that
to be
means.
restored to the universe at some point.
Yeah, balance and everything.
Perfectly balanced as all.
This is what I get for that natural 20 history check at the start of the session.
Anything else for
On
you,
some
Juno?
fucking fields. No? No.
Okay. So he's actually going to like grasp at the hilt of his hammer again and start a swinging motion, and in a familiar move, teleport away from you, Juno, and right in front of you, Eliseo, and swing right at your gut.
The smite is still activated. You're the one taking the damage.
Oh my god, I keep typing it in the wrong window. Twitch thinks I'm making commands.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Big miss.
Should I
That's
inspire
cool.
him?
What?
Stop that.
Nothing.
I totally forgot to look at my features and traits because I could have been using a lot
Yep.
of my time wizard stuff to help you there, dear. I'm sorry.
All right, Eliseo, it's your turn.
Hi. I think just kind of in instinct and fear, I trigger my radiant soul of like, yeah, and just giant wings pop out in a panic. And I would like to pick up this guy and fly and drop him.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
I don't,
So,
just yeet.
I
grapple?
gotta be technical here.
By all means, that's
it's
just my gut instinct. Tell me how I would go about it, or if it needs to take multiple turns.
Okay, so for the creativity, I will allow the grapple to happen if you roll an 18 or better on a d20.
Okay. Just on a d20 18 or plus my...
Just a straight up
modifiers.
d20 18
Okay.
or better, yeah.
Okay, then I did not.
Okay. And so practice fight, good for multiple purposes. I figured it'd be good for you guys
Yeah.
to get a little practice. The Radiant Soul is an action, and trying to grab someone is an action. So unless you
Yes.
have an ability to make one of those a bonus action, we would not be able to do those on the same turn. But for
Take
flavor,
the
wanted to
grappler
see-
feet.
Take the grappler feet. Yep.
I will think about that, yes.
Yeah. So
The hugger feet.
if you do have something else
Hugs.
you'd like to do as a bonus action, you still have it.
I have very few bonus actions, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
deciding I should do something about that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess... No, I got nothing. But now I know that I can make you re-roll, corn dog. So please,
Yup.
please remind me. ask me for rerolls.
Okay, so at the moment you activate your Radiant Soul, even though for you it's kind of like a panic thing,
Yeah.
everyone within eyeshot is like,
Yeah, I glimmer and get wings.
what color are
And
you?
I think I shed light.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
like straight up turn into an angelic looking being.
I strobe, apparently.
Yep.
I'm strobe light now.
Yep.
Yeah, they are very bright white.
So there's like full
platinum
attention from everybody outside right now on this ring and what's going on, and Ontharr is going to actually like start laughing, but like hit, not maniacal, not like any of that,
Like
but hit his like, holy cow, this is awesome sort of
Like,
thing.
oh wow, that just happened. This person just sprouted wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
for sure.
Juno.
I just kind of like also nervously start laughing. I'm like, oh, that happens.
Yep. All right, Juno, what's up?
Juno is learning about tactics in this fight. She's gonna drop her spirit shroud because 2 attempts at hitting are better than 1. And she's
Ooh.
going to take up her spiritual weapon, and it's going to appear right next to him as this moon sickle just starts to linger over him.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Yeah, we're
then-
totally theater of the minding this too, so we'll keep track of, you know, how far away you are and everything.
So that's the bonus action. I can't hit with it this turn, but I can next time. She's going to run up and whack him, hopefully this time.
Do it. He's very distracted. I promise.
Nope. No.
Reroll.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Chronal shift.
Not better. I mean, better, but not better.
Not better enough.
Not better enough. Hate this.
Change color dice. Sometimes that works.
Yeah.
on 20.
Yeah, try that.
How do I do that?
Hold on.
Let's
I
roll
can't
20.
remember.
I've got other
I think you
dice.
just,
I know
like-
that.
I think.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you click on the little like color like dot next to your name. So like the little white next to your name, and then there's a bunch of colors.
Nice. Okay, so you take a swing, and Eliseo catches that you're about to miss, and has you redo magically, but it's still not quite enough.
Wait, plus a D4, would that be enough too? Because you're blessed.
No.
No,
Okay.
minimum.
17s
tried.
don't hit.
I tried.
That's
All
why
right.
so bad.
Now,
Just try him here.
Eliseo, he's actually gonna swing at you twice.
Bring it. I'm a tough boy.
15 and a 17.
My armor is 12.
Oh! So 2 hits.
Oh god, the smite.
But I'm a tough boy. Wait, I have shield.
Oh.
Yeah,
you do have shield?
we're doing
oh,
it.
you already
It's a
used your
first-
reaction on the chronal shift.
Oh, you're so right. I did. I'm a tough boy. I can take it.
Whoa, not that, not that.
I can take that, I guess.
It's an 8 and a 9 on
Okay.
bludgeoning damage on you.
17.
What about the smite?
What?
The smite.
There was no smite.
The branding smite. His weapon glowed.
It's not
You
branding
are
smite
assuming,
necessarily.
sir.
Yeah, get out.
Oh.
Maybe he just wants light for aesthetic.
Oh.
There are
I'm
also
sure-
ways to turn weapons magical.
Yeah.
Divine favor or something like that. But like, as I'm like thinking in my head, like, wait, that didn't do what I thought it would.
Yep.
Let me
You're
rethink
just-
this.
You're analyzing things like, oh, I wanted Eliseo to get hurt more.
No, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I thought I could do that. Maybe it's something different, huh?
Oh,
'Cause I'm
you are free to make Arcana checks as things happen to see if you
yeah,
know
sure.
what's happening.
I'll do it. I'll do Arcana
Okay.
or religion if it's that kind of spell. I'll do that too. You know.
Arcana check away.
It's
You
a
do
plus
not
0
know what that was.
It's a +0 because I'm half proficient.
Okay, Eliseo, it's your turn.
Okay, he's hit me twice and I'm like doubled over now. And I just kind of lean up and give like the Han Solo shrug and lean forward and tackle him to just fly with him.
Nice.
Please.
Okay, so you can make a that's a athletics check, right?
Yes.
To try and grapple.
I'm playing a wizard. You really think I've ever grappled somebody?
You're trying new things.
I'm trying new things.
Ooh, it's against a 20.
I rolled a 15, have +2, and have bless +3. I also have a 20.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is actually what's gonna happen. He's going to, you'd recognize that you're pretty evenly matched. You caught him off guard, but he like wedges up the very edge of the handle in between you as you try to grapple him, and he actually just like half rolls and puts you over his shoulder and slams you on the ground.
Rude?
So roll a d6. This was a reaction on him.
Still rude?
You notice it as like a martial move that you might not recognize.
Okay.
What's the d6? 4 bludgeoning damage as you get slammed onto the ground and you are prone.
Is he also prone?
Nope. He like wedged the weapon between you as you tried to grab him, used your grapple against you, and like hip thrust to get you to just like flip over him and slammed you on the ground.
Yep.
Okay, Juno.
I'm remembering that you're like actually very good at this in person, and
Oh,
I'm
me?
afraid. Yes, you. I was like, oh wait, oh no, he has actual martial training. Oh no, I'm gonna get vividly beat down. Okay.
Just some tricks.
Uh-huh. This is fine.
All right, Juno, what's happening?
Not a whole lot with that spiritual weapon. So Juno is going to take her action to cast Toll the Dead.
Ooh,
and
there you go.
get some points of fucking damage.
How are you looking, by the way, my dear?
I'm fine.
Okay. I have healing hands, because that's apparently all I'm good for here.
Wisdom save.
Just anxiously rolling dice for no reason.
Why is it not talking?
Definitely not saving that.
16 points of necrotic damage
Yeah.
as the sound of a bell rings through the arena.
Nice.
Because fuck this guy and his bullshit.
But are you saved by the bell?
Nice.
No, no, I am not. I'm
All right.
so mad.
He's actually going to run over to you, Juno, and take 2 swings at you now.
Oh, thank goodness. And by that I mean I'm so sorry.
Nope. Yes.
Oh.
12 bludgeoning damage as the second one lands.
Sick.
We'll say he hits you like square on the chest, and you can tell, like, if this was not a wooden training hammer, this would hurt.
Yikes.
Cool.
All right, Eliseo, your turn. You are prone on the ground. You also have wings.
Yep. So I, first of all, I'm going to get up, like, using half my movement to stand up, and then also just like, okay, we're going up. Might as well use these wings so I'm not in range of gross. And then, you know what's an oldie but a goodie? Casting sleep on this guy.
Oh, wait, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yep. So, I'm gonna center it so that, or not center it, but like I'm gonna cast it so he's at the very edge so I don't get Juno in it. Because it's creatures within 20 feet of this point. I don't know if that's also gonna take up people in the stands.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this.
So,
No, you're good.
We
It's
don't magically
60,
drug the
or
villagers.
it's only like a 30-foot radius, right?
yeah.
What's this?
It'll be
one?
fine.
It's 20-foot radius.
Oh yeah, it definitely would not hit people outside the arena.
Cool. And I only have a 3rd level slot, so it's 78 worth of things. I've already lost count. I need to start over. I was doing so well.
Do you want me to just roll it and roll 20?
No, I like rolling real click clacks.
All right.
I'm gonna write things down because I'm a smart person. Except. That is. Hit you. 38 points. Please tell me he has less than that.
Nope.
Oh, he a thick boy. Why are we
Yeah.
doing this?
Boy.
I would like to tag in my brother now.
Well, he's still very much alive.
I have 43 hit points.
That's more than me.
Does anything
I-
happen if it doesn't?
No.
Nope.
Literally nothing.
Okay.
It's kind of one of those roll the dice type rolls.
Yep.
All or nothing.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So that
I'm
doesn't go.
useless.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Juno.
Okay.
We are going to do the same combo as before.
And that was?
Spiritual,
Spiritual weapon hammer.
Let's see if the sheet's weird about spiritual weapon, so I'm just gonna do it. Did I do it? Nope. Okay, Toll the
12.
Dead.
Oh, wisdom save. Sorry.
Yep. Boo. Garbage.
Wow.
Plus a D4. Plus a D4.
18.
18 saves, so he takes 2 points of necrotic damage.
Hey, but it's better than nothing.
Nice. Okay.
Wait, let me double check. Let me double check on that. He might not take any.
Toll the dead.
Cantrip, you might not.
Yep, he doesn't take any. Never mind.
Oh, because
Okay.
it's a cantrip.
So
Yep.
he's going to actually, like you cast the spell at him, you'll see this necrotic energy like attempt to creep around him. He's actually going to like give a quick wisp of his hands, like his warhammer flips almost upside down, and then he points it with one hand straight at you, Juno. And now you need to make the same wisdom save.
I've had a familiar that could have been helping us this whole time.
19.
Well, the familiar didn't sign up for the battle.
Okay.
Familiar's my
So
familiar.
you would feel the exact same energy that you intended to direct at him fired back at you in a different reaction.
This is not fun anymore.
After he does that, he'll lower his hammer and say, "I yield."
Why?
Yeah, Juno, half dead, is just staring at him, quite literally bloodied at this point. Just
Ooh.
barely. Just stares at him and is just like,
Woo! Nice battle! You guys won!
When he says he yields, you would all hear like a quick rush of whispering and like it sort of turns into like jeering a little bit, and then like a crowd actually starts to cheer for you guys.
I still feel utterly humiliated.
Yeah, I'm like flying in the air 15 feet up, but my mouth is to the ground.
You would
Just
see as he walks by and like he goes for like a handshake for both of you. He's definitely breathing heavy.
Oh, well, but sweet.
I
tapped.
landed 1 out of 8 hits.
You, he would exclaim, "You are certainly capable," and I was near the end of my abilities.
I
Okay,
don't believe you.
I
so
don't
we'll-
either.
We'll cut there. This is the perfect time to take one
Hooray.
more short break, and then we're actually going to go to the other. I guess it's only Chrissy and Heck who are working on some other observations / shopping.
Shopping episode.
Very different.
So excited for
Very different
that.
action than this. Okay, so we'll be right back. We just had a sparring match with Ontharr Frume and our dynamic duo, Eliseo and Juno, in which you guys don't feel great about it, but he yielded after throwing some fancy moves and taking a couple hits from you guys.
I could have taken him out, just saying.
We are now.
I'm a paladin, yeah.
I will take you out. Thank you very much.
So we're now off to Aster and Olta. Are you guys together or going your own ways?
Yeah, I probably would have stuck with Aster for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You briefly mentioned a couple of types of shops you're looking for. Are you talking about anything on the way, or should we skip straight to finding what we find?
Ulta definitely would have, while walking the streets, been like, how are you feeling about this now?
Well, it definitely is a lot to take in, isn't it? Between going to a very large-scale thing, there were so many people in that camp. There were so many people, and now we're over here. Wow, there are a lot of people here too. This is how towns usually are. I don't even know. But yeah, with higher ups and everything, it's just a lot to take in. But we've also kind of proven ourselves, so I guess as long as we keep trying, we can do it. So bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I just, I guess this is just a lot, all of it. And I'm glad we've had a couple of days to slow down. I was really nervous there for a little while about where all this was going. And I was worried about you. I know all that stuff that happened, especially with the cultists when you were an elk, and just all the things that have been happening, you know. Just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I mean, we brought it up again in the tavern too, which, I don't know, I guess it's kind of seen as a good moment, but I haven't really been able to be the same in wild shape after what happened. I haven't really landed a hit the same way in wild shape after that. And yeah, I've never done anything like that before. I do utility, I climb walls, combat in that form is very new to me, very different, and I didn't really anticipate that until coming out here.
Nolta's gonna kind of get uncomfortable because she knows how she feels, like she has traveled with her for a while, but she's just gonna kind of get a little bit quieter and just like, Aster, if you ever need anything, just ask. I'm okay with doing the dirty work. If you're not, like, that's what I'll do for you.
As you guys are in the middle of this exchange, you hear an unfamiliar voice. Copper, for your thoughts. And directly in front of you, you were sort of focused on each other. Directly in front of you is a very nondescript human male, just sort of smiling at you and holding out his hands as if to, like, ask you a question.
Perhaps. Hello.
What do you think of those two? And he's pointing toward the sparring match that's happening just behind you in the middle of the ring. It is your party mates.
Yeah, so Ulta will chuckle to herself and kind of like glance back there, and she will be like, I mean, I'd put money on the tall one with the spooky looking one. I mean, I've never seen the wife really do much combat, but she'll keep the other one alive for sure. So if you're gonna put money down, I'd pick the tall spooky one.
Huh. Well, I'll see if they do halfway bets then. Hey, say, you guys sound like couple of folks that I heard a description about. Heroes of Greenest, huh? Oh, don't worry, I won't tell anyone. But rumors spread. Was that you guys?
I don't really know about heroes, but we helped where we could there.
Wow, hey, that's something. Taking on the dragon cult. Hey, I really appreciate what you've done. If the rumors are true. Well, I guess if you're alive, they must be, right? Did you really fight him?
Well, personally, I didn't, or at least not for a very long time. That was for this one.
Oh no, I'm slowly slinking away. Ulta is trying to, as he's talking, she's probably like nodding politely and attempting to slink away. Whether noticed or not is.
You can make a performance or deception check. Your choice. Okay, you feel like you're feeling pretty nonchalant about it.
And as I'm like kind of like walking past, I'm like motioning like to Aster, like, ooh, you know, like, like she's like not, you know, not a fan of the spotlight, so she's just getting more and more uncomfortable because people keep referencing her in this like way that she's like, it makes her armpits sweat.
Okay, at that point, he will actually interject and say, I apologize, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable, but thank you again. Oh, those dragons. History says they guard their hordes with ferociousness. Be careful if you encounter them. And thank you. Ting! And he flips out of his thumb a gold piece toward you, Aster. And just walks on by.
That's
sort of
not a copper.
half tossing up a bag of coins in his hand, walking toward the betting station.
Oh, okay, bye. Could I at least get a name, maybe?
Not this time. Maybe the next time you're in town.
Okay.
Memorize
Thank
the
you.
face. That's weird.
Ulta is so super uncomfortable and panicked, and now she's checking her shadow. Like, just, like, low grade, a little bit paranoid, like, no idea what's happening. She's like, can't you just send me to, like, save the princess? Like, what is happening?
You can make a perception check. Why are there two numbers?
I don't know. It says I have disadvantage on perception, but I'm not sure why.
Really?
Yeah. I've never had I've never had that before, but it's flagged for some reason.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, so
I've never had that before. I can like genuinely vouch for that. I have
it's
no
all good.
idea why it.
We'll just use the first one either way. Whether it's disadvantage or just by default, I'll always use the first one if we roll twice and it's not supposed to roll twice. So nothing seems to have changed. You're a little thrown off by the weirdness, I guess. But you can tell you're distracted. Aster, anything for you?
I don't know. That was just a really weird exchange, and she doesn't know what to think about it. Just kind of has this dumbfounded look on her face for a second, like, okay.
Okay.
And then just goes on.
Are you doing a perception check though, like to see if anything clicks or no?
Oh,
No.
I can.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like ask. You don't have to.
Oh no, no, I'm totally fine doing that. Just Aster does have a passive perception of 23, so I don't know if like that comes
Jesus.
into play.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. So
Okay.
nothing changes about. There doesn't really seem to be anything weird about that guy, other than like the interaction itself. He seems like a person, a normal person. You do, like, you specifically, Aster, your interactions with large populations of people are very limited, right?
Very limited.
So you wouldn't really know for sure, like, is that normal? I don't know. But nothing about you or Olta has changed. You would, however, notice that the coin he flipped to you is gold, but it's got like different symbols and insignia on it, as if it was like from a different place. It's definitely a gold piece, worth a gold piece, but it's got different symbols on it.
Huh. Alright, does she like recognize any of these symbols at all, or like?
You may make a history check for that.
Oh boy, I'm great at these guys.
Intelligence is a dump stat.
4.
Ouch. Nope, you don't recognize that.
Well, she's just gonna pocket that for later now, I guess.
Yeah, and as that's happening, I'm gonna just turn to Aster and I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry about that. This with the people and I never expected. I am uncomfortable, and just like keep trying to walk away quickly.
Okay.
Okay, yes. Aster will just like keep up pacing, like, yeah, it gets mentioned a lot, and I've noticed that, being the center of everything really isn't something you're super comfortable with, so I'll, in the future, not highlight it as much, but...
No, I mean, like, you guys know what it wasn't. And she's just like, just stuttering and confused, and she's just gonna, like, attempt in whatever way she can to, like, divert conversation. Oh, look at the shop, look, oh, let's go in there. And just, like, step into the first door she sees. It could be a literal sports shop. And she's
Okay.
just,
Roll a d4.
okie doke.
We're going to the bakery.
A 3.
All right, so the first shop that you encounter sports a... I can really only describe it as a sort of mess of plants, vials, some like pots with liquid boiling a little bit. You quickly check the sign as you come in, and it says, Madam Potts, Procurements and Oddities.
All right. Yeah. Alta's into that. She's definitely gonna walk in and take in like a good look around and see if she recognizes anything in there, as if like, because she's a ranger, so for the most part she's a little bit familiar with nature and the survival bit. So she's just gonna try to see if she notices anything maybe about the shop that she'd recognize.
Yep, so you can make a nature check if you want to get anything more specific than this, but I'm going to give you this description based off of your background and experience so far. You definitely notice like a wide variety of plants, mosses, parts of trees. Like it's oddly diverse, the amount of like foliage in general that's happening in here. It's sorted very well when you look at it a little bit better. Like at first it just looked like this amalgamation of stuff, but you would definitely recognize it's actually like sorted and almost categorized. Everything's kept together in its own little space very well, but it's very crowded with just a lot of different stuff. Eventually, like closer up to the front, you would notice more like collections of small vials and containers. But yeah, definitely at the front of the shop, it's more just like what I described earlier: the plants, foliage, pieces of trees, that sort of thing.
Are there any plants that like seem to not be doing super well?
You can make a nature check. Actually, no, you're a druid. Yeah, I'm just gonna give that to you. No, everything looks really good. Like either very healthy or fresh, or well kept.
Yeah, anything that was looking a little bit droopy-ish, you're just like druid crafted.
As she should. I'm gonna like walk towards the back to see if I can find a shopkeep.
Sure.
If I can find, Mrs. Potts.
So as you get toward the front, almost at like what you would assume is the front counter for exchanging, making purchases, you'd hear a little bit of ruffling within some plants that are like standing up from the floor on one side of the room, and one of them like shakes a little bit. You'd notice like almost what looks like acorns sort of fall off, and hear this. Oh, you dropped a couple.
Oh, I hope it doesn't chip.
And then you'll see a small halfling woman
Sorry.
shuffle out from in between these small trees and start picking up a couple acorns off of the ground. And she'll look up at you. Oh, hello. And she has these very large spectacles that sort of make her eyes look like they're clearly looking to you like they're 3 times as big as they actually are.
Yeah, how
but
my glasses look, it's fine.
Not exactly, but not far from that. So she sort of, oh, hello, and then like picks up the last couple of acorns that she dropped and like shuffles over to the counter. How can I help you?
I think we're kind of just looking, but my friend here's naturistically inclined. Is that a word, Aster? And she'll just like turn and like she's trying to sound fancier, maybe. And she's like, just kind of checking everything out. What do you specialize in this shop?
Potions, potion components.
Well, fancy that.
Some can be used for spells, I think. Ah, yes. And she'll point at some like a small grouping of like hanging plants that are coming down from the ceiling, and they're a mix of like mossy and leafy plants that are like growing over their containers and starting to droop down a bit, as if they're supposed to be like cut off and collected.
Yeah. Okay. So what do they do? Like, if I were to pay you to make a potion, what kind of potions are we making together?
Oh, whatever you like. Well, as long as I've learned it, I can make health potions. I can make potions to enhance your physical prowess, and I can make poisons. But we shh about that. We don't
Right,
typically sell
yes.
that kind of thing, but I can do it.
Oh, I want to pat you on the head. I'm not gonna,
We need
because
to
she's
keep her
about my
forever.
height. So it's just like looking eye to eye with someone, finally.
Yep. So I'm totally gonna level with you out of character. Like, this is intentionally not very descript and diverse in nature, so that you guys have the freedom to, if there's anything in particular you want to try to eventually make or do, we just make that happen. So if you just want to get like potentially purchase a variety of things just to experiment and figure out what you can make, we can make that happen. Or if you have an idea, we'd have to go off of like what you're thinking about as an end product, and then figure it out behind the scenes.
So Olta throughout this would be looking for things to purchase for the team.
Okay.
Or things to craft for the team across like a whole. And having known that Juno has talked about this belt of giant strength, she would probably be on the lookout for a potion of giant strength. Since we can't quite get the belt.
Okay.
So just kind of like, can't get you what you want, but we can get like the dollar store version. Like,
Okay.
we can't get the PS5, but we'll get you like the weird gaming system from Walmart that has the 300 different games on it. That one.
Nice. Nice.
So,
Here, Juno, here's an Atari.
yeah. So she would definitely be looking out for that. She would be looking out for some sort of, probably some sort of, maybe not magical instrument, but something that could enhance Icarus's like bard magical, like whether it's like magically enchanted parchment or like something like that.
Ooh.
And for Eliseo, she would probably be trying to get like a stopwatch or some sort of like little like pocket watch maybe for her time wizardy things, because she fucks with time all the time. So like Olta's just trying to piece all of this together.
Eliseo's a they,
She's-
not a she.
Oh, they, I'm sorry, I
Yep.
apologize, thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, so
Okay.
just trying to piece it together.
Okay, so for our new viewers and anybody who generally hasn't seen at least the last episode or two, this group is one of my 2 guinea pig groups for a customized crafting system. We're doing some downtime activities that are various crafts like alchemy. What else do we say? Enchantment, spell crafting, song crafting, which will be similar to spell crafting, but specifically for a bard, and various types of training for like new feats or extra strength, that sort of thing. So at the moment, we're still very early in that. So this particular, I'm going to say encounter, it's not a fight, but this particular shop is intended to be a wide variety
Could be.
of one category of items. In this case, plants or plant-like things, because I don't know if moss is actually a plant or not, technically. So that sort of entity, so that we can experiment with what we're doing in that department. And so, Olta, here's what I'm going to say. You would be able to get a handful of like a unit to 5 of various items for a silver piece per pair. Jesus, that's weird math. Is there a better way to describe that? For every 2 units of anything you get, it's a silver piece.
Okay.
So you can.
Nope, I get that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's just start with how much money you want to spend, and then how many unique items do you get, and how many units of each unique item. And then we will take that information behind the scenes before next session, and I can work on some details with the people who would be using it on what exactly it is, what's the intended result of what you're trying to craft. Does that work?
So, yeah. She
Okay.
would probably be willing to spend, as of right now, because I don't think she has access to the, like, group funds. She's using her funds. So, on her person right now, she would probably spend about 40 to 50 silver.
Okay. We should revisit that. Icarus, could I task you with reminding us at the next long rest, whenever that happens, that we need to have the talk about the treasure situation and what
You
exactly
mean
is happening
my
with that.
treasure?
You technically have it, I
I-
believe, at this point.
I
thought that
looted
we
the
split it up.
chest. I did say I gave you guys some gold, but I found it in the box.
So we're going to come back
I-
to that at the next long rest, because in character, that is the next time you'd be together. But we are going to handle it out of character before seeing what the fallout is in character, if that makes sense. Okay, so 40 silver, Olta, right? How many unique items do you intend to purchase, and how many of each?
It would be 3 unique items, 1 potion, 1 instrument, and 1 watch. Is that what you mean?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. So
Okay.
a watch, any such apparatus like that, would not exist in this shop.
Brr.
That
Makes sense.
Yeah, the items, I'm sorry, I was being specific to like components for crafting. If you want to buy finished potions, the prices of those would be dependent upon exactly which potions you're purchasing. As far as a strength enhancing potion, that's the one you mentioned, right?
Yeah, but if I could craft it, I would do it.
Okay,
So we could stick with the original crafting, because I wanted to up my crafting anyways.
Sure. So she would say that you could have a recipe for anything for 1 gold, or anything that she's created a recipe for, and then, or she could sell you a strength enhancing potion for 3 gold. And then what was the other?
The other one was an instrument.
Oh, an instrument. Yeah,
or
also.
parchment or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, those would not be here.
Okay. I will, knowing that well, I'll ask. So, Ulta will be like standing there awkwardly face to face with her, because she's her height, and she's very happy about that. But she will be like, probably uncomfortably like touching some of the moss and various plants without asking permission. And knowing that there's a possibility they could be poisonous, but still touching them anyways to just do something with her hands. And just kind of turn and be like, yeah, so, do you happen to have a potion of, like, giant strength on your person that I could buy? Or no? And she'll accidentally, like, pluck a leaf off of a plant and set it down. And, like, just very panicky, like, I'm so sorry.
Are we nervous, dearie?
Yeah, it's been a long day or 2 or 5 or so.
Make a perception check.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Okay. That was a 25.
Yep. She would smile and say, "Of course, I have at least one." And she'd ruffle around to behind the back desk or counter, whatever we want to call it. And you'll hear a couple clanks, clearly, glass sort of clunking against other glass, and pull up a potion with a dark gray, cloudy sort of hue to it, swirling around inside the vial, and tell you that it's 3 gold. You would also notice that, following her with your gaze to that counter, you notice one particular plant sitting in a small pot on the counter. The whole thing, like from the bottom of the pot to the top of the plant, is maybe 6 inches tall. It's very small. And it's just like a single stalk with 2 juts shooting off.
Are we
And
finding Baby Groot?
it just
Baby
starts
Groot?
dancing.
It's Baby Groot.
How much for the dancing plant?
We need it. We need it now. Take all
Sure
of my
is a
money.
yammer.
Get
And
it.
the plant
Yeah,
says,
take the whole party
Get it.
stash.
Please.
Take all of it.
Have it.
instead of just its name, it goes,
I didn't think we'd like it that much. Damn.
We are talking
That's
plants.
actually
biggest
like
fans.
one of my nicknames from my partner, because like when I get lost in Target, I dance like that because I'm like, I don't know where he went, and so I do that until he finds me. And it's just
Oh, man.
I
Awesome.
love Baby Groot so much. I almost got a Baby Groot tattoo. Let's
Yeah.
get it in the party.
Nice.
It's real good.
Yeah. So,
You'll have to take
will-
very good care of that.
We will. We promise.
Put it on the
So
front of the ship.
responsible.
Promise you will.
We will. We will so.
You
I
two
promise,
aren't
Dad.
even here.
Yeah. Y'all gotta stop.
It's just radiating on
You
Feel it.
button back on.
Aster and Olta, how are you reacting to this?
Aster is absolutely enamored with this thing. It is a plant that is moving and is sentient. She's not even like casting magic around it. She's just like, oh, how did you do that exactly? Well, and also, hi, my name's Aster. This is an amazing shop. I feel like I'm home again, and it is wonderful. Yeah, how does that plant grow? What is it? I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
I need to look at something real quick. She will say, "Oh, I just found him in the Wood of Sharp Teeth. He's just like that. Rare variety, but tons of fun. You may have him."
have him. Ooh. We would compensate you for it, but we also need to know what it eats. How do you take care of it?
Oh, I know a good soul when I see one. I trust you with him. And, just dirt.
It doesn't, like, require, like, a blood sacrifice or something. Olta is, like, very skeptical of...
You can both, let's have you both make nature checks just to see if you've heard of this specific type of thing.
Okay.
Or experienced it.
This thing's gonna kill us later. 14.
Okay, so Olta, this is news. This is new for you. Aster, you have at least heard of living plants. Of and among that, that like some, the bigger they get, the bigger the things they eat, if they eat things. But this person just told you that this is just dirt. It's just a plant. And you do know generally of other sort of living plants that can move. They're sentient in a way other than just being a growing thing in the ground. And it's likely, per your understanding, that this is one of them. A little dancing plant.
Cool. Well, are you
Ready.
sure we can just take it? That doesn't seem quite right. I was
Does he
actually looking to buy things anyway. I'm not sure if this would be the right place to find an herbalist kit, but I was actually looking for that kind of supply, if that was possible at all.
Oh, getting into the craft, I see. And she'll shuffle around, and behind that front counter again, you'll hear a couple more clangs of glass on glass, and then you'll start hearing like leather on wood. And she'll pull out a hefty-looking satchel, as if it not like huge, but as if it's like full, like it's stocked up. 5 gold.
Oh, gladly, and yeah, she'll hand over the 5 gold. And out of like anything that Aster's wanting to buy, like just general like spell components, I feel like any like plant spell component I could probably get here. I don't have any specifics right now, but I just know there are a number of druid spells that have plants as their components. So
Yeah, let's do the same thing. So for every, what did I say? For every unit of whatever, it's
2
going to be
units.
1 silver per 2 units.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, so we can just say how many total units of things you want to buy, and it's going to be a silver for every 2.
Okay. Yeah, she'll spend like 5 silver on that. That's fine.
Okay, so you've got 10 spell component units from plants, and like I said, I'll do a little more research behind the scenes and see what we might want to specify that as. And this will be like active conversations with you guys. I'm not going to be like, well, you got these 5 things. We're actually going to use your input for sure on what you might have been looking for. Okay.
So I will put the 3 gold down for the potion. I'm marking that off, sorry. Just making sure that I keep track of what I'm spending. And you guys, well, not you guys, because nobody's there other than Aster and Miss Potts. You will see, for probably the first time again in a while, Aster, I'm not Aster, I'm Olta. I'm getting tired.
We're almost done.
No, I know, you're fine. You'll see Olta's swarm, which has been like kind of like roly-poly, kind of hissy, angry opossums for a while. Has started to kind of dwindle down into like big fluffy atlas moths.
Ooh.
So it's like starting to just change a little bit, and here she's feeling a little bit more comfortable. So
she'll see that and like she's got to like full hands and knees on the counter to look over and see, but she'll like adjust her spectacles a little bit and look down and fascinating.
Yeah, and Olta will just kind of like nod over and have a couple of them kind of flutter over towards her, and then whenever Aster is finished, we will be on our way.
Yeah, sure thing. Aster, like, thank you again for everything. This has been a fantastic experience being in here. I didn't know there was anything like this in big cities, so it's very good to know.
Oh, of course, we have a wonderful supply from the wood to the southwest. You may enjoy visiting it yourself.
I think I will.
And we will pop out of that shop and head to the next one.
Okay. Based on what you were looking for, you close by see two shops that catch your eye. One is it's got a sign in front that's got a book with like a feather quill. There we go. Feather quill. Sort of in a still representation of the act of writing. With the store name Sword Coast Tome on the front. And then another with an anvil and hammer with the store name Ironhead Arms.
Yeah, I will go into the writing store first.
Okay. On the shelves greeting you in the store, you'll find a starkly different, but just as odd in a way, sort of scene. There's a small collection of like pre-bound books and inkwells and quills, that sort of thing. And then on the other side of the store, there's this weird array of like skulls of different sizes, as well as some stones, ranging at initial observation, ranging from like this looks like just a rock to clearly precious, and probably very high value, as well as a couple of other, ruffles of like string that looks metallic and fur in some, various baskets across the store.
Yeah, Olta will again head towards like some sort of counter, since she kind of knows what she wants. She's not really like looking at too much. Not much of a shopper. She just goes
Okay.
with a purpose, in and out, But just trying to find someone to ask if they have like parchment where we could like maybe send messages or give like amp up like the writing of scripts and poems and the whole 9 yards. She doesn't really know what she's looking for because she doesn't really at all understand Icarus.
Okay. Aster, are you looking for anything specific, or are you kind of meandering with Olta?
Just kind of meandering, and then if we're by a window or something, maybe just like seeing what kind of people are passing by, that kind of thing.
Okay, so as you're walking about, a tall, clearly elven man will greet you. Greetings, welcome. And there are a couple other people sort of perusing the shop. With your Aster, you're extremely perceptive, so it wouldn't really take much to notice that it seems like the other folks in the store are pretty clear on what they're looking for. You might even see one sort of walk in, take a quick glance, and then as soon as their eye caught one particular area of the store, they would just walk right toward it. One person's looking at the various skulls and reading the labels. Another person is more on the like quills and paper and checking out the like pre-bound books. If you flip a book open, you'd notice it's completely empty. So it's as if it was just like an empty, intended to be written in sort of book. Nothing really special and magical about it. Yeah.
Alta will raise a hand as in like a wave. Be like, hello. I have a question or two. Not quite sure what I'm looking for.
Of course. How may I help you?
Was wondering if you happen to have any specialized ink or parchment that could help us with, I don't know, enhancing poetry or maybe sending messages. Just you know, if somebody was interested in writing things down a lot on parchment that sounded like poetry or a song,
This is no
like
wizard
she's
you
like
speak
really
of.
not sure like what really like I mean I'll be honest, like Ulta probably has never had too many experiences with bards, so she's like homeboy just sometimes sings like
Okay.
you know what I mean, like so like she's just trying to
You
help him
seek a
out.
gift for a gifted bard, yes?
You got it.
Well, I can't say that we have any special inks. The talent for a bard is within their own inspiration. However, these decorated books may please them. And he'll sort of gesture toward the empty books. A couple of them look like they had, you know, at a little closer glance would have, you know, some symbols on them. They're kind of generic because there's multiple copies of them. They don't really look like they would necessarily mean anything specific, but they're a little bit more decorative. And he'd say, no such special ink that would come from a spell weaver themselves. However, we do charge a small fee to send messages here if you would like to do so and don't have the capability yourself.
She's just staring because she wishes she would have known that like a couple of hours ago at dinner. She's like just upset now that she has entrusted something important with somebody she doesn't know. No messages. What do the books do? Is that just where he can keep all of his sick rhymes?
Awesome. Well, yes, and under any circumstances, these are mundane books. The talent is within the beholders themselves.
All right. And she'll like look at him and she'll glance over to Aster and she'll go, you're gonna have to help me on which one you think Icarus will like, because I'll pick the ugliest one and I feel like he would want the fanciest one.
I mean, I can certainly try to help. Yeah, because
I'll get the gaudiest looking one in the pile, thinking that I have got it on point, but knowing probably full well that he will eat it.
Okay, so let's have a little fun with this. Alta, what does it look like?
Yeah,
Is there
I
anything
would
specific
like.
on it?
So you guys know those old, like, I'm gonna use a Bible as an example that had like the like gold leafing and like some of it was like raised and it looked like puffy letters and
Yeah.
like it was probably like white with like gold, like it was just like when you looked at it you were like, wow, this is just very overdone for
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be. Like that's what I'm picturing in my head, like something
Okay.
just where I'm like, well, that looks
Are they
very
like vines or just like borders or
yeah, just I would imagine like maybe even like fake
plaid?
yeah, just like fake gemstones and like the music notes or something. Just like something ridiculous where I'm like, you think it's hideous? I bet he's gonna love it.
Nice.
Even though I know that's not probably true. Chrissy
Okay.
knows that to be true, but Ulta thinks she's really nailing it.
Nice. Will that be all?
Yeah, how about a couple of extra quills? Just in case we break one. I don't know how this works.
Of course.
Sure.
So total of that, unless you're getting anything else, would be 7 silver.
Oh, alright. Alright. I will hand him the silver and say thank you and
Thank
start
you for
heading out.
visiting the Sword Coast Tome. We hope to see you again.
Yes. And just kind of like slinking out, very uncomfortable in this store, not her fave.
I
Yeah. And then, Aster, did you have anything specific you needed to pick up?
No, I think it was just the herbalist kit.
Okay. I'm gonna finish with crossbow bolts and a pocket watch if I can find one. And then I'm done. Olta is apparently spending her evening at Target.
Now I'm imagining the pocket watch is the little plastic Hello Kitty one that's like pink with the...
I need it. I need that now.
Okay, so the last shop that you would have noticed may be relevant is Ironhead Arms, a store with the sign of an anvil with a hammer striking it. As you walk in, you would notice it's a long and narrow storefront with pretty much nothing in between the two walls, and you know, maybe 10 feet from the right-hand edge to the left-hand edge of the shelving that is along these walls, and then about 45 feet back, and the entire wall from floor to ceiling is lined with weapons, pieces of armor for the smaller pieces like gauntlets and greaves, that sort of thing. And then toward the back, about halfway through the store, stand a couple of racks, given the size, probably 6 or 8 racks split between the two sides of suits of armor and pieces of armor, going all the way to another counter area. One or two other people are standing at the back of the store checking out these suits and elements of armor, and at the front you can see one orcish looking man sort of talking the ear off of one of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to find the crossbow bolts that I can reach. That would go into my hand crossbow.
Oh yeah, so
First.
sort of in a, you'd notice walking through, sort of in a couple of wooden, they're not baskets, but they're like wooden slots sort of like added on to the edges of the shelving are several arrows and crossbow bolt groupings. And they'll have a small label on the side of them that says a copper per 10.
Oh, sick. So, yeah. She's gonna buy a whole bunch of those. She's gonna buy 1 silver worth of those. So,
Okay. As you're checking them out, the orc will turn to you guys and, greetings, hello, welcome to Ironhead. We got a shooter, I see.
Yep. And she's gonna literally just kind of like grab and pull them out and be like, can I have 1 silver worth? Please.
You planning on missing a lot or just shooting a lot of things?
I am not the best. So, yes.
I love it.
I love that.
So you basically take like the whole pile that's in there, and he like, you'd be able to tell he's not exactly counting. He just kind of like, yeah.
Aw, that's cute. So I will pass the silver, and I will ask him if he knows where I could find a decent pocket watch.
Do pocket watches exist?
I have
I don't
no
actually
idea. That's
know.
why
I don't think so.
No?
It's like a pocket hourglass or something.
Oh,
Like a
well, I guess they're
sundial?
technically
I don't know if there's a
mechanical,
sticker.
so an artificer could make one.
I mean, I was thinking if we have artificers, we probably have
Right.
fucking...
They wouldn't look
and
like...
we have, like, clockwork creatures in Eberron, but we're not in Eberron, so that doesn't fucking matter.
Well,
so.
that-
Could be like one of those time turner things. though.
Warforged are technically part of everything now. So he
Does
would
time
say,
even exist?
I don't dabble
anymore.
in such mechanical
Social
things.
construct. Okay. Well, that's legit. I'll keep looking.
Listen, I'd also just be happy with like spell ingredients at any time.
Hey, I've got some quills for
Yeah.
you.
Don't know what... I'm not spellingly inclined. So
We can share a notebook.
that's the only reason I wasn't getting spell stuff for Juno was because I have no idea what...
Yeah.
If
You're
I
just-
were to
I
like
just
walk
feel
into
so
a shop...
because you're going to such lengths, and I'm like, oh no, she's really good at getting my character presence. Now I need to get really good at giving her character presence.
Oh no, it's okay. Listen, man, this is all right. Yeah. So if he has no idea, she's just gonna be like, all right, cool, and move along, and head out. And if Aster decides she wants something from the weapon shop, I just think that would be funny. But I mean,
We lost an Aster. Oh, there you are.
My dog barged into my room and
Oh.
decided to open the door. It's fine. No, I'm a spell type, and if I try like cool weapons, I can, become the weapon. So it's all good.
You can turn into weapons?
I mean, being a bear is kind of a weapon.
There you go.
Yep.
well, if you don't need anything, we can head back to our friends. And
I'm just now realizing we need to retcon this. The group of faction leaders would have told you that you have rooms in that inn tonight.
oh, cool.
I
Perfect.
just realized that we never mentioned any of that.
Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll head back, I think, towards our group, and I'll put everything in my pack, and I just won't give anybody anything until I have a gift for everyone.
During the brawl, can I like people watch the people who are betting? I'm like, they actually bet on this shit? Like, what's going on here?
Oh yeah. So we're gonna flip to you guys for just a second, and then flip back to this group for another quick thing before we wrap up. So Icarus, throughout the bout, you would notice like several instances where like more people get interested, and then the people who are already interested give a quick like, ooh, like they just saw something they maybe haven't seen before, or it really looked cool, from both sides, both from Ontharr and from your siblings. I'm just gonna say siblings because one is technically a sibling and one is an in-law. You'd also notice that the people betting are like really into the betting, and there's actually more betting happening as the bout goes on, because it like proportionate with the intensity as it goes. So then flipping back to Aster and Olta, are you starting to walk back toward the center / toward the inn that you know you're eventually going to go to, or are you elsewhere?
I mean, if they were like out still doing their thing, I don't know that I would have went back to watch more.
No,
of
by
the
this point
fight.
they would have been done.
Okay.
You'd have seen them like leaving at this point. Icarus, actually, one more thing you would have noticed is that Ontharr was handed like a big chunk of change as he left.
Did he bet on us winning?
He did.
Because he was gonna. That feels like metagaming. Because he yielded.
He
But
threw it.
you would
He
be
threw
able to
the
tell
fight.
he was definitely like tired. He was feeling it. He wasn't hurt, but he was
Yeah,
tired.
but
Okay, but we were
he
hurt.
bet money on himself losing and then yielded, so he lost.
Yep.
I'm gonna be like,
Yield
Ontharr,
Joker.
you forgot your shot.
you would, all of you would know that like this type of interaction in our world, in real world, that's like, dude, he gamed the game sort of thing. Like he's embezzlement, that sort of thing. In this world, it's like a totally normal, neutral, not frowned upon thing. Like the only thing anybody cares about with sparring and fights like that is as long as nobody gets seriously hurt or killed, like whatever. Everybody's doing their own thing.
I'm taking note of this.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Aster and Olta. You're sort of wrapping up and heading back. Aster, you would feel and hear this sort of right by your ear, and then feel a quick sink in your pocket as you're walking along.
She would kind of what? And I guess check her pocket. What?
Okay, you feel an expected series of coins, and as you sort of ruffle around and nick a few of them and feel them out, you feel 4 tiny limbs clasp onto your thumb.
Huh?
Is that the plant you bought?
Is it the plant?
Do you look?
Yes.
Okay,
you bought a
you'd remember the
tribble.
plant only had 2 appendages. But as you pull it out, you'd notice a familiar, strange-looking coin, and attached to your thumb is a tiny winged lizard. That's where we're going to end tonight.
Did
What
the
do you
coin
mean?
turn into a dragon?
What do you mean?
Oh, no, you have the coin, as well as this small, I'm just going to say it, small dragon, clasping onto it and your thumb at the same time.
But I think it's...
Keep them.
He came
Yeah,
off
we're
of the
keeping him.
coin, so he's metallic, which means he's good!
They're our friends.
The goodest boy!
The goodest
He's gone
friends.
from 0 to
This
2
DM is great,
friends.
he keeps giving us pets.
So many pets.
So
All
many
right,
pets.
so that is actually where we're going to end tonight. You guys are on your way back. At least these 2 are, and the 3 of you that were in the bouting situation, you're on your way out of that as well.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to go around the group one more time. Let us know who you are, where we can find you, and brief blurb about your character, and then we will see everybody again in 2 weeks. Heck, who are you?
Hell yeah. Hey, or heck yeah. Oh no, what have I done? What's up, guys?
No.
It's me, Sir
Sir Hella Lot.
You
Sir
know,
Hella Lot.
and dishes Snickers. She
You
decided
best.
that she wanted to leave my room, but I was like, it's not the time. You can find me at Sir Heckalot on Twitter and Instagram and in our lovely Discord that someone else should link because I'm holding a cat.
Got
And,
it. Yep.
Yeah. You, at least on TPK, are going to see me on Saturday for our Velvet Glove one-shot, another Coven thing for Women's History Month that you will see Chrissy and Corndog in, and it's going to be great. It is a system based on 1970s girl gang, so if you're into that groovy stuff, like, come check it out. And then you will see me, as you do on every Sunday night, for a Total Party Recap with Korabi and Turk, and we're going to talk about all the amazing stuff that happened during this week. Other than that, oh, and you'll see me on Harper's for Tuesday. But other than that, I think that's all I have coming up in the near future. So let's keep on moving on.
What's up? It's me, Niffer. I'm playing Eliseo the Time Wizard, who is about to really want to steal one of these pets. That's because I also really want to steal one of these pets and new friends, because I like friends and pets. I will be around here on TPK tomorrow for our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign called Hands Warm Hearts. It's very, very fun and very, very cool. No pun intended. Yeah. I'm not on much for the next bit, but I'm always going to be in Modules Week, so see you around then. I'm also a Jasper's Game Day Ambassador, and we are starting all of our prep for Jasper's Game Week at the beginning of May, so you will be hearing more and more from me about that. We got lots of cool people coming to hang out with us and play games, and it's going to be real good. Supporting a wonderful good cause.
Hey there, y'all. It's me, Hyacinth. You can find me on Twitter as Anderson, or on the Discord as Hyacinth. Twitch is Hyacinthus. You know, a slightly different name on everything just because you can't get the same. But I was playing Icarus. He's our Bardlock, the wannabe paladin. And next Wednesday, in replacement of my normal Singularity game I'm a part of, I will be a player in Hamsters Gone Wild one-shot. It's a D&D-like system where we're hamsters. So I'm really excited for that. At some point, I'll be on another Saturday for Lancers Recap Part 2 thingamajig that we did Lancers last week, so catch that VOD, whatever that's called. And yeah, on to the next.
It's me, Corndog Gras, and I am here during module weeks on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I am also, as Hex said, going to be here Saturday for Velvet Glove. Get ready to turn up, friends.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. And that leaves me. So I am Chrissy. You can find me all over the TBK Discord. You can find me all over any number of social media at Chrissy Crits. That's a recent change, so you don't have to worry about finding me with different tags everywhere. So that's pretty sick. What am I in? I will be DMing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I will be DMing Breakfast of Champions, where we have a group of ragtag cereal mascots trying to defend the realm from the horrors that is healthy breakfast. And then
Awesome.
I'll be back on Saturday for Velvet Glove, and then you might see me in a good old Scooby-Doo one-shot. So that's happening as well. So we got lots of stuff coming up. Check us out, join the Discord, check out the website, do all the things. That's all.
Awesome. And I'm That Magic Juice. I am the shepherd of this lovely clouder. We will be back in 2 weeks with this show. I also run another very homebrew heavy, but based on the D&D 5th edition Princes of the Apocalypse show on my own channel. It's twitch.tv/this. You can also find me with that tag on Instagram and Twitter. So lots of D&D stuff in my world, as well as a couple other video games that are super fun. So check that out if you'd like. But that's it for today. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the raids and biddies and everything. It's been a fun session with those. And whatever we didn't use today, we are going to roll it over into next session. We do have notes of all of that. So thank you again for all the love.
Hair color's gonna change next session.
Yeah. All
I
right.
need 7 gold.
We're out of here, guys. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.